It's not like if someone knows a bit of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, they will know that in 3 hours it is not possible to you to learn everything about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But it is more than enough for anyone to learn HTML. In 1 hour, it is more than enough for to learn HTML. And HTML we are going to do completely. And this workshop, which you are doing right now, this is one of my favorite workshop to do, because from the every month start of every month, there is a CSS beginners to advanced course. Okay, and the second week is JavaScript beginners to advanced course, and third week is React.js beginners to advanced course. Those are my main workshops, and those also happens those are 1 hour workshop. Everything is free. Those happens on my YouTube channel. Okay, so those happens on my YouTube channel, and they are from 8:30 p.m. IST to 9:30 p.m. IST. Complete 5-day courses are there. They're completely 5 days courses, 5 days CSS, 5 days JavaScript, 5 days React. And why I'm telling this is the best one, because the people who are attending this workshop, they can attend that live, or else you have to attend it through the everything is on YouTube. I don't delete it, so you can attend it on YouTube also. Means after that you can see the recordings. So that is there. And so this is the best workshop. So that's why after this workshop, what you have to do, from Monday you have to come to my YouTube channel at 8:30 p.m. IST, and 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. IST, Monday to Friday, CSS. After that, JavaScript. After that, React.js. And you do those 3 things. After you do projects, you will become a web app developer, and no one can stop you to become a web app developer. I have a lot of success stories from my YouTube channel also, and personally I do workshop also. That is also there. I have a lot of success stories from there also. A lot of people have got the jobs. Okay, so that is like that. And this. Let me start. And one more thing. Okay, so one more thing I want to tell from ahead only. So the attendance, because a lot of people are going to come after me with that, means a lot of people want that certification. Yes, certification is there, but certification will be given only on the live chat. Certification will only be given on the live chat. Okay, so maybe okay, certification will only be given on the live chat. There will be 2 links. One will be given at around 3:30 p.m. and the next one will be given at around 5:50 p.m. near to that. So two attendance forms are there, because we have seen all those things. People fill the first attendance form, they go away. So we have seen all those things, because this is not the first web development workshop I'm taking. This is around means 28th or 30 means okay, it is more than 20 workshops which I have taken. So we have get some things like that you have to fill 2 attendance form. It will be a Google form in which you have to give your name, give the correct name, because the certification will come by that time, and the certification we will try to give by tonight only, or tomorrow by tonight, because generally 80-90 certificates we have to generate, so it takes time. Okay, so you have to fill both of those attendance form. In those attendance form, what will be there? Okay, so let me also share my screen and let me tell about those attendance forms also, because a lot of people then will tell that they don't know what is this attendance form and all those things. So let me share my screen. Okay, that's it. Okay, sharing my screen. So sharing my screen. So attendance form will look something like this. Attendance form will look something like this. Attendance one, this I'll give in sometimes. I will send it and you'll get it, and you have to fill that attendance form. So what it will do, you have to give your email ID, you have to give your name, you have to give your current role, you have to give your LinkedIn profile. So a lot of people won't have their LinkedIn profile, I know that thing. So what they have to do, so if you don't have your LinkedIn profile, you don't have your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn profile, I'm asking it for a reason. So there is a reason. I will tell what's the reason, and that is there. So you have to fill all this field. Okay, so all this field you have to fill, and when you fill this Google attendance form, what happened, I will get a Excel sheet and all. And Google is the biggest company in the world, so it is not like that it is not working or there will be some failure from Google side. No, it is not there. You have to fill this form, because the people don't know who are attending this. On my WhatsApp groups, after this, a lot of people are going to come back and they will say a lot of things that I'm not able to fill the attendance form and I want a certificate and all, when they will see other people getting the certificate. Okay, so that is there. Only this, so this is not the only attendance form. There will be 2 attendance form like this. Okay, so this is the attendance form number 2. So both of them you have to fill. It is not like one. The attendance form number 2 will be given during the end. Okay, during the end it will be given. So both of them you have to fill. So let me take them back. Okay, both of them you have to fill. So yeah, so let's get started, and hope you all know about me a bit. So this is about me. So let me first tell a bit about me. This is me. So one of the main thing about me is helping people become a web app developer. This is what I do, and I have a lot of followers on on LinkedIn followers, what connection you say, whatever you say, means connections also more than 19,000. And how does that help you? It is not about me. It is not on me. How does it help you? I will tell over and why I am asking about this LinkedIn profile. This is about, let us go a little bit about me. Someone who might have not gone through my LinkedIn profile. I am a writer of 5 books also. I have written 5 technical books also, and which are published through one of the biggest publisher in UK. So they are all something like a React app book. So like there are MERN projects, React Firebase projects, all those things are there. Plus I'm a YouTuber also, you all know that. And I have worked in almost every top companies of the world. Means I have worked in my last job was as an associate architect. In my associate architect are the people who leads a lot of people, means a lot of front end developer I used to lead there. Okay, so I have worked in IBM also, I have worked in Oracle also, I have worked in JP Morgan also. So banks and all those things I have worked. Total 16 years of IT experience. After that, in around September 2021, I started to become a full-time. I decided to become a full-time JavaScript teacher. So full-time JavaScript teacher I've become, and then I'm a JavaScript teacher and trainer, and then started my own company, and I'm doing this for that time. It's more than 6 months now. I teach at both type. I am corporate trainer also, so I teach a lot of corporate people also. A lot of startups comes to me for teaching their people, and those startup batch also goes on for me. But I have a commitment to make 10,000 people web developer, and I'm very happy that a lot of people are becoming web developer after been connecting with me. I used to do a lot of one-to-ones also, and which I'm thinking to start again, because I've got some very good people out of those one-to-one. So those people are there, and because everybody needs some guidance also is there. Everybody needs some guidance to become a web developer. It is not that much easy. One of the reasons I play that motivational music, because it is not that much easy. If it would have been that much easy, everyone would have become a web app developer. No, it is not that much easy, but it is not that much tough. It is not technically tough. You have to give in a lot. You have to give in a lot, and those things you have to do. And someone was asking on my WhatsApp channel, what is TWD? TWD is a completely registered company. This is a company link. It's a completely GST registered company, and you'll get certificate from this is my company and all. And okay, so this all is there. Okay, someday back one of my student pinged that she got a job at L&T. So all these things are anyways there. Okay, my night batch and all. So I take other paid batches also, so that is there. So beside this, yeah, I will explain that. That's a good question. I have no WhatsApp group link. Okay, maybe I'll share the WhatsApp group link. You are not coming from the WhatsApp group. Maybe if Mohammed will come, so I will share the WhatsApp group link. Maybe you can join that. Okay, so one sec. If someone is asking the WhatsApp group link, so let me give that, because or else I'll forget this. So okay, so you can join this. I can give this. Okay. Okay, so you can join this. Okay, so the session will be 3 hours. Session will be for 3 hours. Okay, so one sec. Session will be for 3 hours. Just for watching this, we will learn web dev or practice course also needed. In 3 hours, you cannot become. So let me answer something. In 3 hours, nobody can become a web developer. You have to do a lot of practice. At least it will require at least 6 months, at least 3 months. If you are from a non-IT background, it will. If you're from IT background, it will take you 3 months. If you're from non-IT background, it will take you 6 months. Okay. So yeah. So someone is asking my LinkedIn profile. So this is my LinkedIn profile. Okay. So this is my LinkedIn profile. Okay. So yeah. So this is my LinkedIn profile, and okay. So let's just get something more. Means someone is asking some question, and I will answer that. What is the difference between a web app and a website? Okay, I will give the differences between that. Okay, so that is there, and okay, a lot of people are pinging. Okay, okay. So this I have told about my company and all. Okay, so now the next thing is that What is this web development? What is this web development? Because someone asked a very good question. What is the difference between a web app and a website? And I've opened a thing. This thing is known as a mind map. This thing is known as a mind map. This is a tool. Okay, so this is a web development. What do you require to be a web developer? So this is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These three things are required, but this is not a complete picture. You require something known as React.js also. So this fourth thing is that I teach people, because these are the things which will give you a job, in a startup, in a very good startup. In means this will something which can give you a 10 lakh package in 1 year. You know, this all four things, you'll get a 10 lakh package in 1 year only, on 10 lakh package. This is a huge demand. React.js is in huge demand. See, I'm using something now. Someone has asked a very good question. I'm using something known as a mind map. Actually, this is not a very easy tool to make. This is a way much complicated tools, and most of the tools nowadays are front end heavy. So a lot of front end things are there. So see, all these front end things, all these cool nodes I can make, and all these things. So this is not a website. This is a web app, which is created by very talented people who have who know this thing, mainly React. A web app have a backend side also, which is generally created in a lot of different languages are there, maybe Node.js, maybe Java, and a bit of database is also there. But most number of jobs are for front-end developers who require only this knowledges, this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React.js. Even this is not a website. This is a web app. LinkedIn is a web app. The biggest web app in the world is Facebook.com, which have 3 billion people. Those who don't know, the world population is 6 billion people, means half of the world population is on Facebook. That is the most complicated web app in the world. Facebook, even complicated than Google, because it requires a lot of heavy load and all. Okay, so you join my WhatsApp group, and you can consult with me. Join my WhatsApp group, and I have given my WhatsApp group link. You join that, and I will definitely do. Means I used to do a lot of one-to-one counseling also for people, but people used to not come, so I stopped doing that because I'm way too much busy. I take corporate batches also, and even 1 second for me, time is more important for me than money. But I'll definitely help you all people if you want to have a one-to-one session, half an hour one-to-one counseling session with me. Because I spent so much time, I know how the industry is moving, how the industry will move for the next 10 years, what is there and what all those things. So okay, I'm sharing my screen through something known as a Creator. Means this is a streaming platform, Creator, and they are also awesome. That's also an awesome platform. That is also completely a web app. And I know those people. They have made it in React.js only. React.js, Next.js, all those things are there. So React.js is way too much there. Okay, everybody want React.js developer. I have a service side of the company also. I too need React.js developer, but I don't get it because React.js developer are so costly. It is really difficult to get. If you have 1 year experience in React.js, as I'm telling, you get a 10 lakh package easily. And someone was asking this, what is a website and all. Website is like the simple, means the thing which are totally static. So those are known as static website. For that, you don't need this thing, JavaScript and React.js. You don't even need these two things. You only need these two things. In fact, you don't even need do these two things completely. So all of you might have heard the thing known as WordPress. So generally, those static sites in 2022 are made in WordPress only. But you need to know a little bit of HTML and CSS in that. Why I need to know HTML and CSS? Because when a client gives you a site to made in WordPress also, you buy a template, nice template, you buy from somewhere, and you create it with that. Okay, templates are you can get for $10 or something, and the client is paying you, suppose he's paying you 5,000 rupees. So buy that template, add it there, and then what happened? Then you have to do some optimization. Then the CSS is required, HTML, CSS, and so that's how website is made. But web apps are not made with WordPress and all. Web app require JavaScript and React.js knowledge also. I teach a lot of people in my paid bootcamps also who know only these two things, HTML, CSS, and WordPress. And for the past 2 years, they do that. So the problem with that is that there is no money in that. So if you are working here, because I know people who after 2 years earn 15,000 per month only. After 2 years earn 15,000 per month only. And that is a React.js intern salary. So good interns earn 25,000. Interns, not even job. I'm not talking about job. I'm talking about internship. That is React.js interns salary. And the WordPress is not a skill. So what happens? Even after 5 years, you get 35,000. Mark my word, not 1 rupee more than 35,000 rupees in India. 35. And I got that because I've talked to a lot of people. 35,000 rupees, not 1 rupee more than that. After 5 years experience, 5 years experience in India, what happens? You get married, you have a kid. 35,000 rupees is not enough for that. 35,000 is no way enough for to live in India after 5 years. So that's the reason I teach a lot of people that also who are there for who have done HTML, CSS, and WordPress. They're stuck with that because JavaScript is a programming language. It's a bit different than HTML, CSS. It requires some programming kind of thing. So all those things are there. So those things are there. So those things are there, which is required. Okay. So that is there. And let me tell one more thing is the thing is that I have told a lot of places that I will tell the secret to become a web app developer, and that is required. That secret is required actually. So there are 3 secrets, and we'll start with HTML in the next 5-10 minutes. Okay, so that you're all here for. HTML will start in the 5-10 minutes, and so we'll start web development study. Web development study starts with HTML. Okay, web development studies start with HTML. Let me see. Someone else is asking something. Okay, no. So there are 3 secrets to become a web app developer. Okay, so one thing is that you need to have a networking. See, you're from a non-IT background, so you need a networking. Networking helped me to reach where I am right now. Okay, networking helped me to reach where I am right now. So networking you have to do in LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook group. For me, LinkedIn is the biggest. LinkedIn is the biggest in India right now. Twitter is very big in US, but I don't have and Instagram. I'm on Instagram also, but Instagram and Facebook groups. There are very good Facebook groups. So it is not like they are not for development. Facebook groups, you go to React.js Facebook group, you go to web developer Facebook, you join those groups, you get a lot of opportunities on those things. A lot of people might be thinking to become a freelancer. So you'll get a lot of opportunities in these groups, Facebook groups and all. But why LinkedIn? So LinkedIn is a professional network. Okay, so LinkedIn is a professional network. I got all of my opportunities from LinkedIn. Everything on my opportunities on LinkedIn. Everything I have got because I have, as I've told earlier, I've got around 20,000 connections. I've got this many connections. It is a lot of connection. I've done a lot of hard work to reach here, and it took me around 3-4 years to reach to this level of connection. Those who don't know, LinkedIn has a cap on 30,000 connections. So that is there. So what happens, why I'm telling that it will be important for you. So suppose you, one of the things that all of my students, whether they're from YouTube, whether they're from a paid batch, I always tell them, okay, you have to do a lot of thing, means you have to code in public. There is something known as code in public. So what is this code in public? So all of my student does this code in public. If I go to my notifications also, someone might have coded in public. Okay, so okay, so this is someone. So all of these people, what they do, they tag me after coding in public. So they build some cool projects like this. They build some cool project and they will tag me. And the thing is that I'll go here, I'll like it. Okay, I'll do like great work at Nirvan only is there. Okay, so Nirvan, great work Nirvan. This is how tagging works. So I just tag this person. So what happened with that? See, when I like it or tag it, it reaches to this many people. And trust me, my connection have all the top startups in India, all the top startup founders in India. A lot of people from Google also watches me. All of those people have one. Those people are there. HRs are there. Everybody is there. Everybody asks me for React.js developers, and all those things are there. So when I do this, it reaches to people. A lot of my students, just by tagging me, have got the job. Just by tagging me, have got the job. There is a person, means I want to tell about him. Okay, so he just pinged me that some other day that he got a month-stack developer job in a local company startup. He is a mechanical engineer. So the thing is that he's a mechanical engineer. He didn't know anything about coding and all. See, mechanical engineers don't know anything about coding. Those who don't know mechanical engineers don't know anything. Electronics engineers do know about coding, but mechanical engineers have zero knowledge about coding. They don't even touch computer in the way you touch a computer. In a way, a IT person will touch a computer. And this person just followed me, tagged me, learned from my YouTube channel. I do take 1 month long workshop to make anyone a web developer. So it is not like that you attend that workshop and those are all certifications. You attend those workshops, get those certifications, and it is done. No, it is not done. You attend those workshops, get those certifications, and do a lot of projects. A lot of projects in JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React.js project. The moment someone sees that you're doing a React.js project, this is my guarantee, you will get a job. After 5 React.js projects, you will get a job. And those should be big React.js projects. The HRs started to contact you after the 4-5 React.js projects. Someone will be there. Everybody needs interns in the company. So someone will be there who will be contacting you. So this is how you get a job. Okay, and then the thing is there. So I told this networking is very easy, very, very important, but you have to take a daily action, which this guy have taken. And this, he's not from my paid batch, or he's from my YouTube. He used to follow me on YouTube and all. Okay, so then you have to take a daily action, coding 2 hours daily. It is very important to be a developer. See, developer, when you get a developer job, you'll have to code 16 hours daily. So where you'll get the energy if you don't even know how to sit in front of the computer for 2 hours? See, developers are paid in gold for this reason only. They are one who are moving the world right now. Everybody knows how the world is moving. If you don't know, learn about what is metaverse. Learn about what is happening in the crypto world. The world is moving towards that because of the developers. See, this was just the beginning. Now the everything is moving towards that only. So there are more developer jobs than which is there right now. Right now also there are so many developer jobs that there is more jobs than there are people. The jobs are more than people. How crazy it is. Means 6 billion people on the earth. Half of them don't even get a job or don't know anything, and there are more developer jobs than anyone can imagine. Okay, so that is like that. So, and it is not like that much difficult to become developer. You have a lot of concentration. You have to give your 3 months, and there is something very good out there. One of them is the challenge. This is one of my favorite challenge, 100 days of code challenge. And someone took my advice and started doing this 100 days of code challenge also on LinkedIn. He started tagging me and all. So this is one of the toughest channel on the planet, 100 days of code, because you have to code daily for around code daily something good and post it on this Twitter handle. So this is a Twitter handle. 100 days of code is a Twitter handle, because, and this is from America. This 100 days of code is a Twitter channel handle from US. So this has been watched by a lot of people. If you complete this 100 days of code channel, I also completed it just to show everyone that it is possible. Even in India, it is possible. India, everybody knows that daily coding, it's not that much easy. You will get something or else. All of us have relatives. Okay, and it is very difficult, especially in India. In European countries, they live alone. It is okay. India, it is very difficult to do daily code 100 days. Even one day you miss, gone. The challenge is gone. That's why it is one of the toughest challenge on planet Earth. You do it, you get an interview on a top American site. I got an interview on a top American site, but for me it is very easy. For me, daily coding 2 hours is not a big thing. And I did one more thing. Instead of daily coding 2 hours, I also started making videos also for that. Okay, daily 1 hour video. So that is there. So if you do this, nobody can stop you from getting a 100 days of code challenge. So there are a lot of things are there like this. Okay, so everyone is clear and all. So okay, so let's get started now then with our HTML. So that is what most of you are here for, HTML and all. Okay, so we'll get started with HTML. And before, okay, so okay, so also let me give the attendance form. First attendance, this is the first attendance form. I'll also mark this. Okay, first attendance form. This is the first attendance form. It is very important to mark your attendance in this. I will even pin this message so that it will be always on the top. So all of who are coming, they can fill this form. So this is very important to fill this first attendance form. Okay, so now we are going to start with the HTML. So for HTML, what we need, okay, and what is HTML? So not much theory and all I'm going to do. So it's okay. Yeah. So HTML stands for hypertext markup language, and all the websites are because of HTML only. So earlier days, what used to happen, people used to code in HTML, and people used to save anything with .html and used to code in Notepad. 10 years back, people used to code in Notepad and all, and they used to just open it. .html used to save and so open it. But nowadays in 2020, we don't use to do it like that. At those time, the editors used to be very, very heavy, and the laptops or computers don't used to be that much supportive. Also, there was something like a Visual Studio. which was very heavy. All those ideas were very heavy. So people used to do like that, Notepad and Notepad plus plus and all those things. But now nobody code like that, and nobody should code like that, because they are very good lightweight code editors. Something is, and that is something which I always say, which is known as VS Code. So even if you have a 4 GB laptop, it will work on that. A 4 GB laptop will also work fine on it. And you have to go here, and it's totally free to use. It requires nothing. It's totally free to use, and you can download it. For me, it is showing is Mac because I'm using Mac. But if you're using a Windows, it will show you to Windows, and the exe will be there. You just have to download it. If you see that, yeah, you can watch this video later. Also, it will be there on the channel. So all these videos will be later on the channel. Also, I don't delete anything. So everything is there on the channel. Okay. So this is there. So you have to go and you have to download it. And maybe I'm not going to tell how to download it. But if you have some issues, you can ping me on the WhatsApp group also. I have given that. I will try to see this what you have found, because trust me, someone pinged me for that also. Means not everybody is a developer, so I help everyone who are not even from an IT background. So it is not sometimes we might think that, okay, I will download a exe and then I will install it. No, it is not that much easy for everyone. It is not that much easy. If you are from a mechanical background, if you're from some other background, if you're a BCom, how can you download a exe? No, it is not that much easy. So if you have problem, please do contact me. I will try to solve it. If I have time, I will try to solve it. Maybe we can do a one-to-one, and I will try to solve it if you are not able to download VS Code. Okay, so that is there. So VS Code you have to download. It is very important to download VS Code, because we are going to code in that. And we are going to create all this beautiful website in that. There are some benefits of coding in that, which I'm going to tell later on. So when you download VS Code and when you open it for the first time, it opens like this. Okay, it opens like this. It will open like this. Okay, so let me take both of them side by side so that I can show both of them. So it will open like this, VS Code. Okay, and first time, and now I will, where was my, okay, so I will open this. One sec. Yeah, so I've created a folder. So now how to start with HTML? So I've created a folder, and here I will just create a new folder. Okay, new folder. I write HTML, and this also I will give in the description. All of this code will be there. Okay, HTML basics I'll write. Okay, so HTML basics I'll write. Try to not give any gap, because developers generally don't give a gap. A lot of students I teach, they give a gap. It's not a good thing to give a gap. Okay, don't give a gap. Always have something like one word or something, because what happens, the system doesn't recognize this, give a gap or something is there. Then what you have to do, I have to open it in VS, but there are some terminal ways are also there, but I'm not going to tell that, because a lot of people are beginners here. So how I'll do, I will just click it, means, and you have to keep your finger on your mouse left button, keep it there, and then drag it and then leave it, drag it and leave it. So this is how, if you want to see that later on, you can see this replay of it and you can see how it is, because a lot of people have issues in that this also, because they've asked me this question also, we're not able to drag it. And so this is how you drag it, and this is one of the easiest way to open it in VS Code. There are other ways are also there, and this is the easiest way. You can open it through terminal also, but I don't teach through terminal, because complete beginners are also there. I can do it from terminal easily, but I don't teach it right now. Okay, so this is there, and HTML basics I have written. Now HTML files are with .html thing. Okay, so there is something like this. If you hover over it, it is not showing me. It will show it that the file, this is folder, this is file. I'll click on the file, new file, and then I will write index.html, index.html, I'll write, and it will create a index.html file. And in this I have to code. So index is anything, you can write at something else also, it is not right, but .html is very much required. .html is very much required. So now I have to write some HTML structure and all, so that it can come. Okay, so how to do all these things? This is something which the end user sees. Some website like this is the end user will see something like that, and this is something like the coder will see, the developer will see how to develop it. They will see this thing. Okay, so for that, what we need to do, we have to, I can write the whole structure of HTML by my own, but there are some shortcut, and that is the reason we're using VS Code. So I will do a shift of not, then I will give a tab, and there is something extra also which comes, which we generally don't require that much. Shift of tab I will do, and then I will get this whole structure, and I'm going to explain all this structure. Let me write something like here, then I will tell the structure. Okay, so in the head I will have the HTML basics. Here I write something like h1, and this is html crash course, and now I'll have a paragraph tag also, t, and it will have again a shortcut is there. Okay, that shortcut is like I'll write lorem. I'll like lorem, and I will give this tab. So, and everything comes from tab. The initial shortcut was not and a tab. Now I've written lorem and a tab. I'll do, and it will paste this lorem ipsum text. So what is this lorem ipsum text? Very good history with this. Lorem ipsum was one of the dummy text which was invented 200 years back when the printing press came into picture. So printing press also, they wanted to see that how the news is looking. So that's why they invented this lorem ipsum, and that came in the web also. Lorem ipsum is a dummy text which generally developers put in this thing. So I'll save it like this, and this is going to show somehow here. Okay, so even before moving there, let us understand what all of these things means. First thing is doctype HTML. So doctype HTML means that it is a HTML version 5. HTML version 5. It is HTML version 5. So there are earlier versions also, and which was actually released in 2015. So there were HTML version 4 and all those things are also there. HTML version 4. So it is version 5. So who decided this version? So there is a committee, of course, in the US, because US invented computers, internet, everything. So that committee is known as W3C committee, and they do all this thing. They adds all this thing, maybe sometimes delete also. So all these things are done by them. So they released something known as HTML5, and there were very good additions since HTML5. So HTML is nothing but it comprises of tags. All of these tags which you're seeing, they comes because of HTML. So every 5-6 years nowadays they keep on adding something. Sometimes they delete also, and most of the time they add something. So it is all, HTML is not a programming language, but it's a kind of language in which give this all these tags are there. So this is doctype HTML. First it is telling that it is HTML5. Then we have this thing, HTML English. Language is English, but this is have an ending thing also. See that everything which starts, most of the thing, this doesn't have an ending, but this does have an ending. So this is ending also, starting, ending. Okay, HTML, and it is wrapping everything. HTML English is very much required. It means that the language is English. Most of the time you're going to do that only. There are language like FR and all those things are also there. French and all those things are there. Okay, so then we have a head part is there. So head part is there. So in head part, what happens? Head part, okay. Someone asked me shortcut key. So there are two shortcut keys. Okay, let me mention that shortcut key. So okay, so okay. So there are two shortcut keys. One is this not is there. Not, give a not and give a tab. Okay, give a not and give a tab. The whole of these things will happen. And there was another shortcut key which I told is the lorem, and give a lorem and a tab. It will do this. So these are the two shortcut keys. Oh, they're okay. So yeah, so those are there. Okay, so in the head part we generally have a title. You are soon going to see the title is this, and we link other things like CSS and all those things are there. And the body part is the thing in which all the different things are. Body part is the more important. All the different things, all the different structures and everything will come. So, and then in the body part we have different kind of tags. These are known as tags. H1 is known as heading, P is known as paragraph. We are going to see in detail about this, and this is something which will be there. So let us see this website or whatever we created. Small HTML file, we'll see. So this is something which the developer sees, but the end user doesn't see this, but the end user sees. So end user sees. So what the end user sees, if I want to see, I have to go inside the HTML, and this index.html is there. And this index.html, I have to double click on it. It will open it in the default browser. But I don't want to open it in the default browser. I want to, because it is Safari by default, I want to open it with Google Chrome. So let me open it with Google Chrome, but where does it open? Okay, so it opened in my another thing. Okay, so it opened like this. Okay, so this, see, it opened like this. I'll close this thing, and it opened like this. Now what is there? HTML basics. You will see this HTML basics. It is coming here in this. Here it is coming the HTML basic in the title. So this is the title. H1 got converted into something like this, a big text. H1 is known as heading 1. Heading 1. There are another headings are also there. So H1 got converted like this. Then there is a paragraph tag. So paragraph tag got converted like this. And everyone, please do subscribe if you are liking it. Please do subscribe and like this video so that it can reach to more people and more people can join this. So please do like and subscribe. Okay, so please do like and subscribe. Okay, so that is there. And now what we are going to do. Okay, so this has been done like this, but we are not going to you work like this, because see, there is an issue in this. Suppose I add another paragraph here, paragraph tag, and again a lorem. So lorem I have already told, lorem I will take a 10 line. If I give 10, it will be smaller text, and I'll save it. I saved it, but it didn't came here. Earlier, in earlier days, when we used to do like something like this, we used to refresh it, and now also we have to refresh it. So unless I refresh it, it will not come. Unless I refresh it, it will not come. But developers nowadays love to do that hot reloading. There is something known as hot reloading. The moment I save the code, it should be reloaded, because JavaScript, HTML, CSS, JavaScript are not like Java. You have to compile. Those who know a bit of Java or C++, only you have to compile those languages. It automatically it changes it. So it automatically changes it. So yeah. Okay, so that is there. And so what to do? So now for that we have to have some extension like this live server is there. So just you go here and you search for live, you'll get this extension, this live server extension. You'll get this one, and just you have to install it. I'm getting this disable and uninstall. Okay, so but you are going to get a install button here. I'm going to get an install button, and you can install it. And what is the benefit of it? Okay, so I'll come here and go here, and then here I'm seeing this go live thing. So sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't see it. I don't know, means I'm seeing it. But right click it, and then you'll do it open with live server. You have to do this open with live server. So I will open it with live server, and it will open it in here. Anyways, so it will open something like this. I'll actually close it, and I will open it in Chrome. It will show something like this. So what's the benefit of it? And it will show that it is running. So I will go here and I will delete this thing and I'll save it. The moment I save it, automatic refresh happened. I didn't touch this thing, automatic refresh happened, and this paragraph tag is done, and this paragraph tag is done. And then what is there? This paragraph tag is done. But let me come back here. The paragraph tag is still there because I have not refreshed it. I have to refresh it. So if I do like this, I have to refresh it every time, which is not a good thing. So I will close it. And we have to use this live server from now on. So you should all use this live server only. So this is a very good thing. So the next thing which we are going to do is okay. So the next thing. Okay, one sec. Okay. We're going to learn about different tags. So learning about different tags is what is there in our HTML, means learning about different tags. As I told earlier, learning about different tags is what there in the HTML. So let us learn about different tags. So I will remove all these things and we start to learn about different tags. Okay, so the first thing is that we are going to learn about heading tags. Okay, heading tags. So H1 is there. The heading tag, heading 1. So there are 6 heading tags actually. Okay, 6 heading tags are there: H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. HTML, as I've told, it is all about learning about tags, and I'm going to teach all the most important tags. See, I have students who ping me and they're telling me that they are learning HTML for the past 6 months. No, HTML doesn't require that much time. Even for someone who is not from IT background, it should not take more than 3-4 days to learn HTML. And whatever I teach in HTML, it is more than enough. So that's why I don't teach HTML after this. In my long workshop also, I don't teach HTML because HTML is more than enough. Whatever I'm teaching right now, 1 hour, it's more than, for me to teach 1 hour, for you to practice for 2 days, it is more than enough. 5 and 6, but do it from here on, or else you will learn HTML for 6 months. Okay, so this is the heading 1 to 6 is there. Okay, so let me save it. Okay, so see what happened. Okay, so what just happened? So different sizes of headings are come: H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, X's. So they are of different sizes. Okay, H1, H2, H4, and H5, H6. So H1 is the biggest, H2, H3, H4. Generally, we don't use below H4, H5, and H6 are very small. they're very small. We just don't use the H5 and H6. They're very small, but yeah, you can use it because it is there. You can use it anyways. So these are there. There's something else also which I'm going to tell later on. The something else which is there. It is like everything is coming in a different line. I'm going to tell about it later on. So the next thing which we are going to use is a paragraph tag. But before even paragraph tag, I want to going to tell you about another thing, which is known as commenting. Commenting is there in every programming language. Why commentings are used? Commenting are used. So let us first do the commenting thing. So I'll do a heading tag like this, and I will select everything, and control and backslash you have to give, and that is a shortcut. Control and backslash is a shortcut. Okay, control and backslash is a shortcut, and you can write it manually also, but generally people don't write. In every language, control and backslash is the shortcut. You select it completely, and control and backslash you do, it will give it. So heading 1 to heading 6, and it is known as heading tag. So this heading tag is there. I will commenting it up. See, this heading tag is not been shown here, and it is also shown in the browser in the code editor in a different way. So because it will the thing is that it never shows there, because it is for the developer only. So developers love to write comments in any code which they work. That is for them also, and that is for the team also. In the team in which I was working with 10 front-end developers. So everybody is working on everybody else's code. So everybody is working on everybody else's code. So how they will understand means that, okay, so this code means this code means this. So that is very important. Sometimes in complicated code, people don't understand after 6 months what they have written. So these tags are comments are very, very important in the coding world. It's very important in every programming language, so that they can understand what the next part of it is, either for themselves or for their team. Okay, so that is the heading tags. Okay, now the next thing is we're going to do is the paragraph tag. Paragraph tag is there, and then control and backslash is a paragraph tag. Okay, paragraph tag is there. Now we are going to do the paragraph tag. So P is the paragraph tag, and lorem I'll do, and so it will do like this, and a lot of this thing will be like this. Okay, so next I will do again another paragraph tag, and it will be small paragraph tag. Okay, but one thing you should notice. See, this heading 1 to heading 1 to heading 6 is there, and this paragraph tag is there. Heading 1 to heading 6, there was a lot of space. So why didn't heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, 6 came here in the one line? Why didn't they came in one line? Why does this paragraph has gone to another line? So these all things are happening because they are known as block level element. Heading tags, paragraph tags, they're on a block level element. They will take their own line. Even if there is space, they will take their own line only, even if there is a lot of space. So they will take their own line. So that is the thing with your heading tags and paragraph tags. Because there is something else also which are known as inline element, which you're going to learn next. Inline elements. Most of the tags are block level elements. Some of them are inline. Okay, and it is very good that the next tag which you are learning is the inline tag, and that inline tag is of anchor tag. Anchor tag are very good. So anchor tags are the tag which are there in every website. You might have seen some link is there. You click on the link, you will go to somewhere else. So they are known as anchor tag also, and they can be known as the link tag also. So link tag I have written, and then I will do it, and they are done by A. So we have something known as A, and it is giving me href. It is giving me href. So in the href, I have to give some link. So let me give my blog site link. So href I'll give like this, a blog site link I'll give. Okay, and then here I have to write something. Okay, twd blog I'll write. So I will do like this. So twd blog. See, the moment I did it, something like this happened. Twd blog, it is showing like this, twd blog. Okay, and if I click on this, so href is what? So it has got something known as attribute. This is known as attribute also. So this is known as attribute. So if I click here, it will open my website. It will open my website here. Okay, so if I go back, it will go there. So there is an issue in this. See, I'm clicking on it, and it is opening in the same tab. So that is not good for user experience. It is said like that you should not take the user away from your website under any circumstances. Okay, if you're taking him or her away, it should be opened in some different tab. It should open in the next tab, and there is a way to do that. So we'll learn how to do that here. In the anchor tag, there is an option to do that. So I'll do again href. So what I will go, so let me give this YouTube only. So this YouTube is running, so I'll give that only, and I'll write twdyt I'll do. But we have to give another thing which is known as target equal to underscore blank. Target equal to underscore blank I have to give, and then I have to save it. Okay, then I have to save it. Now I have done this. Now see, this twdyt has been open, and you might see that it is okay. It is like same only, but there is even before going inside, what it will do. I want to tell something else. See, this is an inline element. Why it is inline element? See, there were two anchor tags, and they are in the same line. But we have a lot of heading tags. They are in different lines. Two paragraph tags. They are in different lines. They're block level element. This is what? This is our inline element. This is inline element. So this twd block, I was clicking on it. It is opening in the same thing, same link like this. And now I'll open this twdyt. I'll open this twdyt. See, it is opening in the different. It is opening in a different tabs. It is opening in a different tab. So this is like this. twdyt is opening in a different tab. So that is all about it. Anchor tag and with anchor tag with target. So that is there. Okay. So the next thing which we are going to do is a list tag. So let us do the list tag now. List tag. So list tag is there. Here ul, we're going to have a ul. Ul is unordered list. Okay, ul is unordered list. So there are two types of list. One is ul, one is li. So ul is unordered list, and inside ul I will have a li. It will be item 1, item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, and item 5 is there. Okay, that is there. And there is another thing known as ol. Ol is ordered list. Ordered list also have item 1 to item 6. Anything it can have. So ul means unordered list, ol means ordered list. Everything means something in HTML. Li means list item. I will save it. See this li. How this li is coming? How this li is coming? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This dots are there. And ol means ordered list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. Let me do one more. This is like 6. This is like 6, and let me save it. So it will just increase it. Increase this is not increase it. It will just increase it. Here also 6 will be increased. So item 6 will be done. Okay. So it is like this. It works like this. So li means list tags works like this. So next thing which we are going to learn is the table tags. Okay, table tags which we are going to learn next. So it's a lot of tags are there in a table tags, but you don't have to mug it up. So I'm telling you don't have to mug it up, but yeah, it should be on the back of your mind. Okay, so if I have to make a table, it have to be like this. So we are going to learn the table tag now. So table tag, I'll do this table tag, and table tag also there is a table here. So table will wrap everything. So after this table, I have a t head. T head is there. Okay, t head is there, and then the t body is there. T head and t body. There are two things. So two part of the table tag: table head and table body. Inside the table head, we have something like a table row. Table row is there. Okay, the table row will have something known as table header. Table header, and it will be name. So there are a lot of things here, so you don't have to mug it, but you should know the structure. So even whatever I am teaching, you don't have to mug all those things, but you should know. Okay, there is a tag for this. There is a tag for this. Okay, you should know this thing. Table head age is there, and then table head email is there. Okay, table email is there. Then the t body will come here, and here again table row is there. Again a table row is there. Okay, table row is there. So table head means the header, which you see just in the head. So in the table header, maybe table row will have a TD. TD means table data. John and 𝐏𝐚 at gmail.com, and table data is there like this. Okay, so I can have a bit more also. Command C, V, John, Mary, Steve, save it. So see, it is coming like a table. How it is coming? It is coming like a table. So table is there inside this table head. The table head is a bit bolder, and then this structure. This structure is taking inside this table body. We have table row, one table row, two table row, three table row. We can have infinite number of table rows, but in the table head we can have only one table row, which is the table header. Means here we have a table header th. Here this table d means table data, but tr is both same is there. So table we do like this. Okay, table we do like this. So don't need to mug up, but you should know a bit of it, because the structure you can find it from Google also if you want to do some table. Anyways, nowadays people don't use much table, but tables are important also, because sometimes you might see some pricing tables and all those things. So for that you use the tables only. So this table is there, but the most important thing in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React is the form tag. Why form tag? Form tags are very important. So it's a group of those things. So form tag. Why this is very important by form tag? Because forms are generally used everywhere. So you go to facebook.com, you have to log in there. You have to register there. So those are done by form. You're taking some online exams. See, a lot of online exams have happened. In that you have multiple question answers. So those things are also created using form. Those checkboxes are form. You have to enter your details, so that you choose your gender. So all those things are used inside a form only. So a form is very much required. So let us create a form. So, and one more thing is that I have come a bit down, so it is a bit difficult to see all these things. So how I will use some two tags which are very important. And first tag will be like HR means horizontal rule. I'll save it. See, a line will be created. A line is created. After this, I'll have a BR, save it. See, a gap is a BR gives an empty line. So now I'm going to do a form. We are going to do the form tag, which is the most important tag here. Form tag is there, and then like this form tag, and then we are going to have a form like this. Action and all we don't need. So form inside, like the table tag was, everything was inside the table. Here everything will be inside the form. So let us do that form, and then here I will have a label. Okay, someone will ask what is label. So the main thing in a form tags is always the input types. Input types are the main thing in a form tag, and I will have this BR and HR at the end also, so that we can get a nice space. So every input text box, everything has a label. So it is not required to have a label, because HTML is not like strict and all, so it will not give you any error or something. So it is not required to have a label, but we should always have a label in combination with the input box. Input is very important thing here. There are different type of input are there. So input type text I've taken, and how to means we have to give something known as name also. So name is something which is unique. So I've given his name because it is a name. You're soon going to see something else is also there. So name I have given. So similarly, I will have a age also. Age, label age is there, and type is not text. So input types are very important. Type is number, and this I will give it as age. You can give it anything which should be unique. See, this name tag, this is this name attribute. This tells that uniqueness, means whatever it is unique. This input is of name. So name is there. Name age is there. So name is a keyword. So name age is there. Name is there. So all these things are there like this. Okay. So the moment I save it, so this cool box is the input box is there. So you all might have seen this whenever you have visited Facebook or somewhere. You all have seen this text box. In this text box, I can write anything, and here it is like a number thing. So number thing, I can write the number and I can also increase the number with this thing. So this thing comes by default. So this is how it comes. So this is how the forms are there. But there are a lot of things are here. One of the thing is that, see, this everything is inline here. If you have not noticed, label is an inline, input is an inline, so everything is coming in one line. So how to change it in different line? See, when we are going to do CSS, I'm going to do CSS also a bit good only, but the main CSS class will start next week. So the CSS is that in CSS we have a lot of stylings are there in CSS. So with that we can fix a lot of things. So in fact we are going to do a form, and we are going to do a very ugly kind of a form, and we are going to beautify it very good. So that is there. But right now we are not going to use CSS and all. So how to have it in different lines? My main motto is right now to have it in different lines. Okay, have this name in a different line and age in a different line. So how to do that? So there is another tag which I'm not told right now. So there is this one is div tag. Whenever you will going to see some text and all, means HTML code and all, you're going to see this thing a lot. This div tag, you're going to see it a lot. This div. Okay, so what is this div? Div is a block level element. We wrap it with something, it will become a block level. Okay, so again the div is there like this, and then this age is like this. I'm taking it like this. Okay, so this is there. Div, two divs, I'm wrapped this thing. So what will happen? The moment I save it, it will go to the next line. It will go to the next line. So this is what will happen. It will go to the next line. Okay. So this is that's why it's a block level, and it will go to the next line. But now also there is a lot of it is all connected. I'm not liking it. Okay, I'm not liking it. It is all connected and all. So I'll do a BR. There is a BR is there. BR is on a break row. We already used this BR. Save it. Thanks. Okay, someone is telling nice. So this BR is there. BR is known as break row. So a space is there. So we created a space. Still, this is a very ugly form, and we are going to soon beautify it when we are going to do CSS. With JavaScript, everything is very ugly. In fact, the earliest website, actually, when the internet was launched in 1993, around in 1993, only HTML was launched. For 2 years, there was no CSS, no beautiful thing. So all the early part of the internet, they were really very ugly websites, and Yahoo is there from the start. Yahoo website, if you can see something, there are some websites in which you can see the earlier version of those websites. Those are really ugly because only HTML was there, no CSS was there. There are not beauties like apple.com. You go to apple.com, you'll see what CSS can do. Okay, so that is there. And so this is there. And again, I am telling this form tag, this form, again we are going to learn about all of this thing here. So next thing which we are going to learn, again we are going to do a BR, and because I wanted in a different line, BR and a div will be there. BR and a div will be there. And the next thing which I am going to do is there is something known as text area. See, this is a very in one line is there. You might have seen those comment thing in some website. You will go a comment thing you can do. So those are known as text area. So let us do that now. Okay, so label is there, and I will write message, and then I'll write a text area there, and then a lot of things are coming. We don't need that much. We can also control the calls and the rows also, but I don't need that much right now. So message is there, message. So one thing to notice here is that, see, this input box, I forgot to tell, these input boxes don't have an ending tag. So most of these things, and label has an ending, div has an ending, BR doesn't also have an ending. So some of the tags are there which doesn't have an ending, like BR, like input, but text area need an ending also. Even if you don't put anything, you need a text area like this. Save it, the text area is a form. So text area is a multiple line input box. So I am like this, so something you can put it here in. Okay, so that is the text area. So now the next thing which we are going to learn is the drop down. Drop downs are very famous, and every website you go, there will be a drop down. You select it through the drop down. So how to do the drop down? So I will come here and I'll do a BR, and again a div, and now I'll have something not again a label. I'll do, and label is like a favorite color is there, and then select is there. A select will be there, and here I'll have a name equal to color. Again, we have to give some name. So select tag is there. So we're doing the drop down. In this, the select tag will be there, and the other thing is there. It will be options will be there. So this options will be there. So options is like value is red. Value is very important. I will tell what is the value: red, green, and blue. So these things are there. I'll save it. See this red, green, and blue are coming. One thing to notice is the capital letter is coming. Red, green, and blue. Even I can change it in. It will be obvious. Red color, blue color, and green color, like this. Save it. So this is red, green, and blue color will be coming. Whatever I give it inside this option, it will come. So what is this value? See, texting and parsing. I don't know the difference. Someone is asking beyond testing and parsing. Means it is not related to HTML, texting and parsing. Did I use that word, parsing? Maybe. Parse the data, maybe. Okay. If I use it, I don't remember. Okay. So parsing, it is not in HTML and all. Okay. So that is there. And see, this option is there. And red, blue, and green color is there. And this, I've written this value. Value is red, blue, and green. Okay. Value is red, green, and blue. So what is this value? See, 100% or not even 90%, 100% of the time, what are these forms used for? Forms are actually submitted to the backend. So when you go to the facebook.com, you give your user ID and email or password and click the submit button or login button. You click, it goes to the backend. It goes to the backend, goes to a server which is there in a Facebook server to go to the US. Your Facebook servers are all located in the US. So you go to the US Facebook server and it will check in the database whether your password is matching it with your name. So that is how it will open. Or you register for the first time on Facebook. You go to there and register for the first time on Facebook. Something will be go to the backend and it will go to the store in the database. So forms are there to take the user input. You always take the user input and store it somewhere in the database. Database also is something which I don't teach so early. Means it is there. Means I teach. Means I mainly teach you to become a front-end developer, but backend is also something which I teach a bit. Okay, that is there, and everything is on my YouTube channel also. So that is there. So value is red, green, and blue. So this is something which will pass to the backend, pass to the servers. Those big servers, it will get passed. Value, whatever I do here. So value is there. Okay, so that is there. So this is how a drop down works. So we are not yet done with this. So we are going to see two more things, and there is something which I'm going to tell you to do it from a site. Okay, so that is something which I'm going to tell. But before moving forward, we are going to do two important things, which one is the checkbox and other is the radio box. See, those two things are very important. Checkbox and radio boxes are very important. So because you all have seen this thing. So a lot of people might have given online exams right now. So online exam, or maybe in India, everybody gives online exam nowadays. So there is multiple question answers are there in which you have to select the multiple question answer things. Or maybe you are filling a form in which you have to give some multiple things. So like that, like a div, I will have something like I will take something like h4 and I'll have a what do you own? What do you own? I'll give what do you own, and here I'll do thank you. So this is there, and then input type is not text, type is checkbox, type is checkbox, type is not text, type is checkbox, and name equal to bike. I'll do something unique I have to give, and here also I pass a value. Again, this value is not for the front end, this value is for the back end. It goes to the back end. So bike I'll do. Okay, bike I'll do, and then I'll do a label I'll do, and label I'll do as a bike. Okay, label I'll do a bike, and then I'll do a car. Value will be also a car, and this will be a car. Save it. So see what will happen. What do you own? Anyways, that's for, and bike and car is there. So this is something like this, and checkboxes are there. So all of you might have seen this somewhere. Means I think in the Amazon site also checkboxes are there. Yeah, checkboxes are there. In the Amazon site also you'll go. These checkboxes will be there. To means I was searching for something like the checkboxes are there. Okay, so these checkboxes are there, but it will not look as beautiful as in Amazon or something, because this is HTML. We are not even touch CSS. By default, it looks like this only. So checkbox is the main thing about checkbox is that you can select either one or you can select all of them. They don't come in group or something like that. You can select all of them. You can select all of them. So they are used when we want to take multiple input from the user, just like the multiple questions in India which we give in the some exams which you give. So it is there, like multiple answer questions, online multiple answer questions are there. So that is why the name is, see here the name is different, all those which uniquely identifies it. And value is also, value is something which goes to the backend. So that's what I've told. Now if I want to take only one thing from the user, just like a gender cannot be multiple. Nobody have multiple gender. So that I want to take. So then what will happen? We are div, okay, and h4 gender. Okay, so gender is there, and input type. Now it is known as radio, input type radio, and name is equal to gender. See here, one thing very important is there, which I'm telling. Value is equal to male, value is equal to male, and then label is there, and label is male. Okay, label is male, and let us have it 2 more times. Okay, gender female, female, and other. So I took all 3 genders, save it. So now what will happen? One more thing I will tell later on. I can select only one. I will select one, male will be there. I click here, male will go away. I click here, other will come. But here I can select both of them. It is not like that. So one thing is there. What is here? It is like this. See, this name is there. I'm telling this name. So name becomes very important here. Why it is very important? See, name was bike and car. Name was bike and car. So it was uniquely identifying it. In the radio boxes, name is always gender. Name is gender. Name is always gender. Okay. So that is, radio boxes are also known as radio groups, because the name is gender is there. Name gender is there. So name gender is there here. So this is like this. Okay, so this is the third important thing which I have told. So now how to submit this? Submitting is very important. How to submit this thing? So we will have something like a button. So there are always buttons are there to submit it, but the form buttons are a bit different than a regular button. I'm going to tell regular button also after this. So form buttons we generally give, again we are in a div I'll have, and we have something known as input type submit, submit, and here we have a value. Here value is a different thing. Value doesn't goes anywhere. The value is like send. I will do, and I'll save, and it will create a button. Actually it will create a button, and this is a normal button, very ugly looking button. We are going to beautify it when we are going to do CSS, but CSS we are going to start in the next 15-20 minutes, because as I told, it doesn't take more than 1 hour to teach HTML. So this is there. So this is a special kind of button. Why this is a special kind of a button? See, because if I so suppose let me fill something. So this I will do this. I will click on it. And I will click on it. See this carefully. This reload page carefully. It got reloaded. So this is something like which an input type inside your form. If you have a input type submit button, and when you click on it, this gets reloaded. So this comes from the early part of the internet. See what happened in that time, PHP was used a lot. So PHP was used a lot, and in the backend part of the PHP, even Facebook was built in PHP. In 2010, when Mark Zuckerberg started doing the Facebook thing, he started in PHP. At that time, there was nothing like good languages like React and all, in which the Facebook is currently built. So he created in PHP. So PHP, what happened? You have to reload the page to send it to the server. So that comes from there, but that is a very bad thing which is there. It refreshes the thing. This is a bad in React. So when you will attend my React workshop or you will attend my JavaScript workshop, you'll know that we have to prevent this behavior. So that is there. That is advanced thing which you will learn later on. So but the one thing to notice is that it refreshes thing. Okay, so there is, if you have a normal button, it won't do that. But before going to a normal button, I want to tell one more thing. See, as I'm telling, See, whatever I'm teaching in HTML, it is more than enough. Don't go beyond that. But there is one thing which I want you to go beyond this. I took the most time to explain a form, but form doesn't end here. There are a lot other things is also there in the form. So what we are going to do, I'm going to give this link also, HTML tutorial I'll do. And okay, nowadays it is giving a lot of paid sites. So these are paid ad. Don't go to the paid ad, go to here, W3C school. W3C school is what? W3C school is something which is been given by, again, the W3C, and they have a lot of ads. So see why I tell people don't go, not to go to W3C school. If I come here, see this HTML, their HTML. This is actually at least 2 months of stuff, and people come here and do from here, and they say that for the past 3 months I'm learning HTML. In 3 months you should, if you want to expand 3 months, expand those 3 months in CSS. At least your CSS will get very good. The CSS skills and JavaScript skills are a bit different. CSS skills are very important because you create beautiful websites with CSS. You don't even need JavaScript for that. But there are a lot of things here which most of the things you don't even need. Okay, so that's why I tell people not to go in this site. Okay, people will get in this site only and do it for 3 months and all those things. So what you have to do? You have to go here in the input types. Okay, yeah, in the checkbox both are having different values in database. Yeah, that is the same, and that is right. Kaushal, you're right. Okay. Right. Okay, so what I want you to do, I want you all to go to only this link. Okay, learn from here. Only go to this link and learn from here. Why? Because there are a lot of in HTML, as I've told earlier, in 2015 there were a lot of good changes happened in HTML with HTML5. Okay, so what happened? A lot of HTML types were added. Earlier there were only 3-4 HTML types, but now I think there are more than 15 types. And I have not taught all of them. So you will go that input text, email, and all those things are common thing. Okay, radio box and all those checkbox are common. But see this thing, input type color. If I try it, see this thing is coming from HTML. This thing is coming from HTML, and I can select a color with this. See what used to happen before 2015. All of this kind of complicated code we used to do it in JavaScript. And it was not possible with the browser. Only HTML it was not possible, and we have to write a lot of JavaScript code for that. But this is coming only from the HTML only. We don't have any JavaScript here. It is coming from the HTML. We can select a color. So the input type color, there is a type color also. There are some other cool things are also the input type date. Input type date, I'll go. See, I can select the whole of the calendar. Earlier, I still remember we used to make this thing in JavaScript. All of these things we used to make in JavaScript. Now we can create all of this thing in, so in just with the input type date. Input type date we can do. So this is so powerful stuff. Input type date is there. Then there are some other cool things are there, like this is another thing which I want to tell, input type file. So all of these things you should go through all of them. Okay, input type file. So why this is very good? Input type file. Earlier to choose a file, it used to write a lot of complicated, but here I can direct choose like this. So it will open this. It will direct choose like this. Okay, it will directly choose like this, and it will be selected, and we can show this also. So this is how powerful it is. This is how powerful this have become. HTML have become so powerful. You don't even need those JavaScript codes. So this is like this. So this is something which I want you all to learn from here. I've given the link already. Go through it. Some really cool stuff is happening with HTML, with HTML5. So that is there. Now metadata. Okay, metadata you want to learn. Okay, let me tell a brief about metadata. So metadata is something someone is asking about metadata. Metadata comes in the head part, which is generally you don't need it that much. When I started, if someone remember, the metadata came. Okay, metadata came. So what is this metadata? Metadata is something which is used by Google bots. See, when I do this thing, and if I okay, let me show again. Means okay, so when I if someone is new, so they will not understand what is metadata. So maybe about.html, I will going to delete it anyway. So again, if I build a structure, see there is something known as meta is coming. So someone asked, so that let me see the tell this meta is coming. So what is this metadata? So metadata is something which is not used by us humans and all. So those who don't know, there is a way in which Google works. Google is a very complicated thing. Okay, how does Google works? So Google have something known as bots. So Google have the brightest brain in this world. For that reason, those bots are there. Whenever you, okay, so I created this cool site and then I want to show it to the world. So we all must have watched that Dhoni ad, means GoDaddy ad. I don't know, means I don't watch TV, but those Dhoni ads anyways come sometime. So you want to take your business online, something blah 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 like that. So the we okay, we create our website and then according to Dhoni we go to GoDaddy and we put our website there. So now what? Now we have listened to Dhoni and put our website. Now what will happen? How will people know about our website? People will know about a website through Google also. Nobody know, you're not that much popular that nobody will come to your website. The website is getting tagged through Google. So Google has something known as Google bots. They will come to your website and they will scan your whole of your website. They will scan all of your website and see whatever is there. So this meta tag is used by Google bot to scan your website. Okay. So and there were certain tricks also earlier, but Google always is one step ahead of marketing people. So what used to happen there, in the meta tag you can give some keywords also for the website. So the marketing people, what they started abusing it, and they started using a lot of keys. They used to give a lot of keys in the meta tag. But those who don't know, those who know a little bit of marketing also, the Google, they might have heard this word. Google algorithms keeps on changing. So Google changed that algorithm, and now meta tag is important. Meta tag is not even required, anyways. But all this is not keyword I'm giving. This is something which is there. Even if meta tag will not be there, now Google bot comes nowadays. Earlier it used to happen a lot. Then meta tag is very important. You can give the keyword also like this in the meta tag, and then Google will rank your site high. All those things are there. But anyways, Google find a way to beat everyone. Okay, so that is known as meta tag. So hope it explained that meta tag to you. So now what we are going to do? We are going to do button. So forms is done. Let us do a button after this. So after this, BR and HR, I'm going to have some another BR and HR, because I need this BR and HR. Why I need this? Because I have come very down. See, very down I have come. So I'm not, nobody will be able to see. So now I will do button tag. So button tag I'm going to do, and yeah, it was main target was SEO only for meta tag. So you can even today, I don't know, I don't do website SEOs and all those things, maybe today also, but I know they will teach in website SEOs and all. So maybe they teach today also, I don't know about that. So button. So a lot of beginners website and of all websites, they make it in WordPress and all. So in that there is already something is there for giving the meta and all. Okay, so button is there. So button I have done, and here I'll do click me, save it, and see a button tag will be created. So directly button I can do and button will be created. So there is a difference between this input type submit and this button. So see, both of them are almost same. See, you cannot find any difference because no styling is there. But as I told earlier, if I click this thing, it is refreshing. But if I click it, nothing will happen. So all of this functionality, thank you. So all of this functionality comes how this functionality, how I'll add functionality to it. See, CSS is for styling. I can make a beautiful button out of it. But all of this functionality comes from JavaScript, only. All of this functionality comes from JavaScript. This click and all these things. So for that we need JavaScript. Okay? For that we need JavaScript. Hello, Mukesh. Okay. So now we are going to look into one of the last thing in HTML, which certificate, Mukesh? The Next.js certificate you will receive by today end. So I do this weekly certificate also. So maybe Mukesh have done that. Okay. So you'll receive it by day end. So I've already told my person to make it, and you'll receive it on mail. So everybody will receive the certificates on mail. Okay, so guys, those who have not filled attendance form, please do fill the attendance form, or you'll not get the certificate. Please fill it, and we'll try to give the certificate by today only. We'll try, but maybe it's most of the time it happens like 80 to 100 people we have to send a certificate, so it takes time. So we don't have any software to do it automatically. Okay, so that is there. And now we're going to look into image tag. Okay, so image tag I'm going to look, and here also let me have some br. Okay, img I'll have, and img source. Okay, so I have to give a image tag. So how I give a image tag? So for that, what I'm going to do here, let me remove this thing. Okay, I'll come here and I'll make a folder. I created a folder, images. I've created a folder and I have to put some image here inside this folder. Okay, so I will take from Unsplash. Unsplash is a site in which you can get free images for free. Okay, so let us take something like desktop setups, and but it's so slow. See, this is one more thing. See, the images are one thing which makes the website most slow. This is an image website, and anyways, I'm streaming, so I take a lot of input. Okay, a lot of things are coming from there, so that's why this site was slow. Okay, so I will take this one, and I will download it. Maybe the largest one only I will download. We are going to come back to this again. We're going to come back to this images thing again, because images cannot be fixed a very good way from your HTML. They need a bit of CSS to be fixed in a good way. Okay, so that is there. Then, so I've downloaded it. So where did I download it? Okay. So I think I've downloaded it in the download folder. Okay, so it got, download failed. Okay, that was like, okay, it is now download. I don't know why it failed. Okay, so this images, I'll just have it here only in the images. So this download folder, I will go back and I'll paste it in the images. Okay, paste it in the images. This is very slow. Now I don't want such a big name, so let me do this. Unsplash I'll do, and see the image have come in the Unsplash. So the image have come. Okay. So now we have to show this image. So how to show this image? So I have to go to this images folder, then Unsplash I'll do, and its alt is also there. So alt is also there. So alt I will make something like computer. I'll tell about this alt later on. Computer I've given, save it. So now if I go down, see a very big image is this. So it is such a huge image that okay, it was actually a very big image. So it is only the bulb has been shown. So very big image. So we are not able to see anything here. So we are not able to see anything here. This is the problem with images, big images. It is very image. So but we don't have many things to control it from the HTML. As I was telling, we don't have much thing to control from the HTML. So what we have the things to control from HTML, we have only two things. And alt is also something which I'm going to tell. We have only got the width and the height. So width equal to maybe 600, and height equal to 400. Save it, and so this is there. So I've taken from the computer only. So it was downloaded in the download folder. So I've copied it here. So you have to copy it here. So I've copied it inside the project. Or else if you have to take it from the computer, nobody takes it from the computer, because if you take it from the computer, how you are going to host it in GoDaddy? You're not going to give your computer address in GoDaddy. Then your computer need to be a server. There is another way. If something has been hosted somewhere, you can directly give the link only. So this is a very good question. Okay, so how can we code image from my desktop? So it is from your desktop only, no? This is from your desktop only. So this is from my desktop only. This image is coming from my desktop only. This is coming from the inside of the images folder, which is in my computer local only. It is coming. I just downloaded it from there. I'm not using that image directly from there. I'm using it from my computer only. Inside this HTML basic, there is the images folder. Inside that I'm using it. I'm not using something from the internet. So okay, I downloaded it from the internet. Okay, I was just telling that how to download it from the internet. I can use directly from the internet also. It is not a big thing. Okay, so if you're asking, so let me do it from the internet. Why not? Internet also I can do. So let me, I also cloud. Why to take it from somewhere else? I will okay, I'll take it from my own image services. Means I don't want to go to take something from some other site. So this is like a Cloudinary, this is like an image platform and all these things is there. Okay, so I will take it from here only. Means do I have something outside? Okay, so okay, maybe I will take it this one, take my image only. So this image is there. I can directly take this link. So again you can go to Google and right click and copy link also. Okay, something like that also you can do. So I don't want to go to Google because those are copyrighted issues comes in that. Okay, so I'm not going to do it from there. So IMG, I can directly paste this link. So this link I'm directly pasting from my thing, and alt is self image. What is this alt? That is also something which again it is very big. So I don't have much control over it. So width is like 400. When we are going to see CSS, you learn what is this control thing means. Height is like 200. Save it. And it is really bad because see, and this is another issue is there, which we are going to see how to upload image from Facebook, Instagram. So I did something like that only. Okay, Facebook, Instagram you want. Okay, so instead of this I will just tell, maybe I'll not go to Instagram, I'll go to Twitter, because Twitter I think I have a good image. Twitter. So instead of, okay, Twitter is not opening here. My Twitter login is in Safari. So if you want to use any image, what do? You go there. I'll go here and I'll right click on it and copy image address. You have to do copy image address. You can do this from Google also. But I don't want to take it from Google. As I've told, Google means those are authorized things and Google can then punish me or not. So I'll copy image address. Okay, I've copied image address. Okay, where is my thing now? Okay, copy image address, and maybe I will do it from here. Copy image address, because most of you might have not learned what is like a Cloudinary. So this I'll do like this, save it, and see this will be shown from here. And again it is showing very, very ugly because in HTML you cannot do much thing. Okay, so maybe I will increase the width is okay. I will increase it to like 600 maybe. Height, okay, height, okay, maybe height I have to do. So width and height I've increased. Okay, width and height. So directly I paste it from Twitter. So Twitter I can right click and paste it like this. Okay, and this is coming from the local computer, this is coming from the local computer, and this is coming from there, from a Twitter. So in the SRC you have to give everything, you have to give in the SRC like this, directly link you have to give. And then we have two more things here. So width and height I've already told. So what is this alt thing? What is this alt thing actually? Alt tag, see, whatever I give in the alt tag, it is not been shown here. Why it is not been shown? Alt tag only gets shown when this image is not able to load. So why this image will not be able to load? So there are two reasons for that. The image will not be able to load. And today we saw a live example. Means when we go to the unsplash.com site, what happened? It was very slow. I don't know why it was slow, but because I have a very good internet, means I have a Reliance broadband. So but then also I'm streaming, a lot of you are seeing. So what is happening? It gets slow. it gets slowed. So it gets slowed and it was not able to load. What happened if I am with the, I don't use a broadband, I use it in the mobile. In the mobile, I was visiting that same site unsplash.com, and suddenly mobile, not just mobile, also internet is very good because thanks to Jio. But suppose I'm traveling by train and suddenly the train goes through a tunnel and suddenly the internet drops. But the website was actually loading when I entered the tunnel. When I was entering the tunnel, the website, I just hit the website and it was about to load. But when I entered the tunnel, the internet connection got disconnected. Now what? Now the image was not be able to be loaded. Then at that time, the alt tag will be shown. That's the alt tag is very important. That time the alt tag will be shown. Okay, there is a computer image. Or else, if a developer does some mistake, because I cannot close my internet right now, every stream will go away. So I'll do this. I will do a mistake like this. There is no SWI. See, you're seeing this computer. A broken image has been shown. It is shown sometime, and this computer has been shown like that. So this is like this, and this is like this. Okay, and maybe I'll break this one also. Both of them are broke, and both of them are coming like this, computer and self image. So this is like breaking that. Okay, so let me keep one broken only, so that I'm going to give all this code, so you can see that okay, one of them is broken, so it will come like this. So actually with this we have ended our HTML part. So HTML part is ended. So that is the bench thing. HTML part is ended. Now we are going to do CSS. CSS, we are going to touch a bit of surface only, because as I'm telling, the CSS workshop, CSS detailed workshop, in which I'm going to tell from starting till end. Flexbox and grid will also be taught. So that is a 5 to 6 hour workshop is there, and that happens at my on my YouTube channel at 8:30 p.m. IST to 9:30 p.m. IST. Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. IST. It will happen Monday to Friday. It will happen, and we'll complete it. Sometimes it goes beyond 9:30 also. It is like that. Okay, so that's why 5 to 6 hours it will take. So that will be done. So but we are going to touch a fair bit of CSS surface, CSS and HTML and JavaScript also. JavaScript is after that week, but then also it is not sufficient. HTML, as I've told, it is more than sufficient what I've taught. So I will dispose it, and now we are going to start with CSS. Okay. So let us start with CSS. I will actually close this. It is done. Now this will also close. Now where we were. Okay. Got open web dev workshop. What is today's date? Today's date is 26. Okay, so we have this HTML basic. Now we'll create another folder which is CSS Basics. CSS Basics I'll do, and I have to open VS Code again, and this time this is the CSS Basics folder. I will drag it here. Okay, CSS Basics folder I'll drag, and it will be like this. And CSS also have an index.html. See the structure. What is CSS? CSS stands for cascading style sheet. It is used to give this style to all these sites. This site is very ugly, but through CSS it will be very good looking. Means all those good looking thing is been done with CSS only. Okay, so we are going to do that. So for that, I'll come here and do a index.html, and I will have to create another file which is style.css. It is not required to have a style.css. You can have any name, but .css is CSS. .css is CSS. Okay, .css means CSS, and then this index.html I'll do, and then here. See, again I will go to do meta, which I generally don't use, so I will remove this meta, and then I'll do a CSS Basics, and here I'll have a h1 and CSS crash course, right? Save it, open it with live server. I'll open it like here, then I'll open it here. Okay, so CSS crash course has been shown. So no styling or something is there in here. So but we want to style it. Means how to style it. So CSS is also learning about all those different things, but CSS is much more bigger than HTML, and CSS is something which you should learn. CSS is something which you should learn, and there is something known as layouts in CSS also, which is through Flexbox or Grid. All those things are there. for the layout. And that is also something which I teach in my advanced course a lot. So those layouts and all, these are very important. Okay, so now I want to style this h1. So how to do that? So this is a h1. So I will come here and do a h1. H1 I will do, and then like this I'll do, and then I will give the color, give the color. And one more thing I want to tell: the second attendance will be taken at the end. So so those who are going away, they will not get the certificate. So second, it is not like the one attendance. There is two attendances are there. Okay, so this brown I'll do, color is brown I'll do. Let's save it. So again, CSS is all about this different type of thing. And again, you don't have to mug off all those things. There are more than 10,000 of them. Once you start using it, you will know which is the important. So you learn about it. Like this, color is very important. Background color, font size, all the main things I'm going to tell you today also. So color is like brown I have given. H1, it means the H1, and H1 can have many properties. So what does this mean? This means I'm targeting the H1 tag in this. Then I'm making the color as brown. I'm making the color as brown, but nothing is happening. It is still color is black. Even if refreshing it, nothing is happening, because when you do this thing, HTML and CSS you create, you have to link both of them. You have to link both of them. So how to link it? So for linking, we have this link tag. Link tag is there. In which rel style sheet you have to write, and href you have to give the CSS thing. And CSS is in the same path. If you have some CSS folder or something, you have to give that part. But CSS is in the same part, so style.css I'll write. Href is there, and this is something is that which will come in the head part, not in the body part, in the head part only. This linking will come. Save it and see now it is like brown. The color is like brown. Okay, so this is there. Now the thing is there we are going to learn about is the different color schemes we are going to learn. So that is a very important thing to teach, the different color schemes. And before that, let us have something more tags here so that I can teach about them. So h3 I'll do, and best place to learn CSS is there, and then I will have a p, will have a lorem 40. Okay, p of lorem 40. So these are some things which are there, and we're going to style them. Okay, so what we are going to learn now, we're going to learn colors in CSS. So colors in CSS are very important. Colors are something in the CSS which is making CSS, or else everything is black and white in HTML. So the colors are very important. So colors, there are 4 ways to take colors in CSS, and we are going to learn about all the 4 ways. One way you have already seen, and that is by giving the color a name. Well, let me give 2 sides. Okay, let me give 2 sides. Okay, one is this color name, and there is another side. Okay, so this color names are there. So why this is very important, this color name, color names? So there are actually, if you're seeing this brown, there are actually, it is written here, there are 140 color names, which is and one more thing, CSS and HTML are governed by the same committee known as W3C committee. They govern both of those things. Okay, they govern both of those things, HTML and CSS. So they have released, again, CSS has gone through some major change, major upgradation, not in changes, addition in 2015, and they have added a lot of these colors. So there are now 140 colors. Earlier there were only 30-40 colors. Now there are 140 color names, and some of them are really good. Some of these color names are like light coral, Indian red, salmon, crimson, fabric, hot pink, and then Carol. Tomato is also color name, and I remember a lot of them because I use a lot of them. Dark khaki and dark magenta, and all these things are there. Chart reuse, all these cool color are there. Okay, this is one way, and we have already used that way. Okay, because we have given this color. So, but that is not sufficient. You might have think, okay, so are there 140 colors in CSS only? No, they are not 140. There are billions of colors in CSS, and we generally don't always depend upon this color names. So there are other ways also. So there are actually 3 other ways to give color in CSS, and that is there in this side, and that is generally done by color generator. So to see this color generator, there are many cool sites that you can visit any of them, or you can always, there is another thing is also there. If I come here, mouse, if I hover here, see this color picker comes into, and I can select it from here also. But let us see this from this color picker, because it gives us this color codes also. There is something known as color code. So there are three other ways. First way is, as I've told, there are 4 ways. So first way is the color names. Thus 3 other ways are hexadecimal, HSL, and RGB. So what is this hexa, what is this HSL, and what is this RGB? So hexadecimal is the oldest one. It is from in the starting, hexadecimal from 1995. So why is this hexadecimal way? What is this hexadecimal? First way. So hexadecimal uses the hex code. So we all have learned in India, means if you're watching from some other country, because a lot of people watch from other countries also this broadcast. So there is something known as hexadecimal system. In India, we learn it around in 7th and 8th. There is a hexadecimal system which is of base 16. Then there is a decimal system which is of base 10, which we use decimal system 0 to 9. Then there is a binary of base 2, which is 0 and 1, which the computer understands. And there is a base 16. Most of us have forgot what is base 16. Base 16 is known as hexadecimal system. It is a more powerful system because it has got number from 0 to 9 and alphabets from A to F. Base 16. So 16 digits are there. Why it is much more superior than decimal? Because you can, in a computer world, you can represent more colors with that. If they would have taken the decimal system, they could have represent lesser numbers, but they have taken this earlier and they can represent more numbers with that, with this hexadecimal system base 16. So they can have billions of color because of that. Now what happens, and you don't have to remember all these things, some color name you cannot remember, nobody can remember. Some of the color codes you can remember, like from white or black, something you can remember, but not all of them. Okay, so what is this hexacode? So hexacode has got actually 6 digits, and you have to use this hash also. Hash also you have to use. Hash also is something which you have to use. And it has got this 6 digits. What are these 6 digits for? So first 2 stands for red, second 2 stands for green, and third 2 stands for blue. Why red, green, and blue? Because human eye can see only red, green, and blue color only, and some other and the combination of it. If some other animals are there, they can see some other colors. So that is not like that, because we are creating this website for humans. Humans can see only a combination of these 3 colors. And first 2, as I've told, first 2 is red, second 2 is green, and third 2 is blue. So more you increase a color, its density increases, and our eyes can see that only. So that is about hexadecimal. It is like this. Okay, hash, and you have to give like this. So I don't need to remember the theory and all. I don't need to do all this. I just need to choose this from here and it will change it. So let me make it I want to change the background, so let me make it a bit like this, pinker. So like this I'll do, and I want to change the background. So for background I want to change, so this whole body is there. So this body I will select, and then there is something known as background color is equal to this thing. I'll choose, and this I'll give, save it. Now if I come here, see the background color is pinkish kind of thing. Background color is this pinkish kind of thing. This is how we do it. Okay, through the hexadecimal system. The rest 2 systems are what? So the next is the known as RGB. RGB stands for red, green, and blue. So but its value is from 0 to 255, but it is also, you can get all these colors, but you are going to see the hexadecimal system used a lot. RGB is also used, and as I have told earlier, it is for red, green, and blue, because humans can see only the red, green, and blue. Red first is red, second is green, and third is blue. So that is like that. And now what I'm going to do, maybe I'll do the H3 color. I'm going to do it with that RGB, but color I want to give something darker. So let me take it like this, make it below, and then RGB color like this. So save it, and H3 is now blue. So see, right now also it is looking so good. And now the last thing is the HSL, which we are going to take in the paragraph tag. And paragraph tag we are going to take it. So what is this HSL? HSL stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. Actually, it is also very powerful thing. HSL is very powerful, and you can control more, but it's an advanced kind of system. Although from here you cannot see much, means you can choose it like this, but the designer work a lot in color. The designers, okay, for them it is very important. What is HSL? HSL, the first thing is known as the hue, and hue means color. Hue means, I think in Roman it means color. Hue means color, and the next two things is saturation and lightness. So you can control the saturation, like the saturation in TV, and the lightness. So you can see the saturation and lightness are in percentage, and this is hue means all those things. So I was telling that red, green, and blue, a combination of red, green, and blue. So combination of red, green, and blue, they are given in, they are going to give it in one thing, and this is from a 3D RGB wheel. Something RGB wheel is there through which it comes. It's a complicated system to teach, means that how that hue color is coming. Okay, so that hue color is coming from there, and we can control the saturation and lightness also. So this paragraph, I'm going to change the background with the hue. Anyways, you can use from the color wheel. Don't you need to do much. So this I will make a bit of darker green kind of thing I will make. So this HSL I'll choose, and the color I'll do this like this, and then save it, and I'll come here. See, this is like this, a green kind of color has been created. So this is about it. Okay, so this is about the colors in CSS, and now I'll make it small again. Now we are going to learn about fonts in CSS. After color, the main thing is fonts in CSS are very important. So fonts are in CSS, so we are going to learn about that. So I'll do font family is like this. So fonts are given by fonts. So what are fonts? So when we do this MS Word, so we have these fonts, like also there are all fonts are there in your CSS also. All the fonts are there, and we give it by font family. The word is font family, and we have got all those things like Arial and all. We are Times New Roman and all those things are there. Okay, so Arial is a very important. Arial is a very common font in font family. But after Arial, I have given two more things. One I have given Helvetica, and one I have given sans serif. I have given three fonts. Why I have given three fonts? So first font is, see, it got changed a bit. First font is known as the primary font, and the second and third font, or I can give 100 fonts also after this. They are known as fallback fonts, and they are actually very important. Fallback fonts are very important. Okay, why fallback fonts are very important? See, the HTML and CSS are governed by a committee known as W3C. It is an American committee, although maybe you can think it like a government committee. It is not government. American, I think, is like that government or all. Everything is private. So that is like a committee which governs the HTML and CSS, and they make something like, okay, HTML. These are the font family which are allowed in CSS. These are something which are allowed in there. But these browsers are not controlled by them. These browsers are not even created by them. These browsers are created by the top companies in the world, like Chrome. I'm using this is Chrome. So Chrome is created by who? Chrome is created by Google. Firefox is there. Firefox is created by Mozilla. Safari is there. I was using Safari. Safari is there. Safari is created by Apple. If you have a Windows computer, Edge is created by Microsoft. Earlier it was Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer was a very bad browser, so Microsoft retired it. Those who don't know, it used to cause a lot of problem for the developers. So that was the reason it was retired. Okay, so that is there. So what happens? Suppose this font family I have given, like Arial, Helvetica, and sans serif. This, suppose in Safari, because Apple also causes a lot of problem. So Safari is Arial is not there. Arial font is not there. So Apple decided that the Arial font will not be there in the Apple browser. So Safari, it is not there. Arial is not there. So what will happen when my website will go to the Apple? Someone in Apple computer will open it. So Arial is not there. So the fallback font of Helvetica will be arrived. If Helvetica is not there, then sans serif will be arrived. If sans serif is also not there, then the Apple default font will be there. Something that will be applied. So that is how this fallback fonts are very important. So that is how this fallback font works. Okay, so this is how fallback fonts are important. So hope you understand about the fallback fonts, but it is okay. So let us learn about some cool fonts and some cool free fonts, and who gives us the coolest and free things. We might have guessed Google, as always. It shows us ad, but gives us everything as free. So there is service known as Google font. lesser known service, only the developer knows about this. The Google font is there. I will go here in the Google font, and it has got some very good thing, very good fonts. Okay, very good fonts. Okay, it is showing me all these fonts. So I've given the Google font link. Okay, so by default also all the fonts will be there, but you can see all the font, but I'm giving a link known as Google Fonts. Okay, Google Fonts. This is the external thing which you have to import in your thing. I will show how to do that. Okay, by default also in the browser also a lot of fonts are there. You can search what are the available fonts in a browser. So Arial, Helvetica, all those things you can search. But I like this Google font. Most of the developers like this Google font because there are very good fonts are here. See, the moment I come here, see this thing came almost before we, and I'm liking it actually. This is a new kind of thing. I generally take some cursive, but I will do this thing. So if I'm liking it, the first thing, so I'm liking it, so I choose it, and then I have to do this, select this style. So there is a way to use this. Is the external font. This is not in the browser, so I have to use it in a way. So I will come here, then I'll go to this import also. So then it will give me something like this thing. It is telling me inside a style, so but I can do it anyway. So I will go here, and then at the top of my style.css, and this is not necessary to take, but I like Google fonts. Most of the developers like this is how you do it. Google font I'll do, and then what you need to do, then you need to apply that font with font family. So I'm not going to apply it in the body. So if in the body I have this Arial, Helvetica, sans serif font, in the P I can have some other fonts also, means in the only in the P tag I can have some other font. So I'll do font family. Like now I will have this font is known as this Caesaroo or something it is known as. So the one rule is there in the Google fonts. If you have to take it like this, cursive is not required. So Caesaroo, if it is Google font, you have to give it in single quotes. That is mandatory. Even if it has got a single line, you have to give it single word. Sometimes Google fonts have multiple words, but you have to give it like this, okay, Caesaroo or something. But here Helvetica is very important. Here the fallback fonts are very important. All of these fonts are in all the browser. Arial, Helvetica, sans serif is a very common font. Okay, so that case is not like that. It will not be there in your Safari and all. So okay, it will be there. So I will save it, and see, it is changed to this kind of font. So this cool looking kind of font, it has got changed. And let me increase a bit more, so it will be going to 2-3 lines. Save it. So it will look like this. Okay. So this cool looking font is from Google, and why it is important, why I'm telling that this is very important to have a fallback font. See, first thing that I'm using external font, although it is from Google, there are 99% of chances it will be there, but 1% of chances is there. There may be some crazy browser like Safari or our retired Internet Explorer, because if someone is using, I think still using Windows XP or 98, I know people uses that will have those things. Okay, so if they don't allow this font, then what? Then you go to this Helvetica and sans serif, and then again that tunnel example. See, I'm getting this font from the internet. This is not inbuilt in the browser. Again, you enter into the tunnel with your geo font, the internet drop down, then what? Then it have to go to the Helvetica font. So that is there, and this is how it is done. The Google fonts, cool looking fonts. Okay, so that is there. Now what we need to do? Okay, so we have learned this. Okay, so okay, so let us do something more. Okay, so here I can also increase the font size as 20 pixel. So I will tell font size is 20 pixel. I will tell. So font size I've done, font size. So just increase the font size to 20 pixel, and then I will do a font weight. There is something more. By default, it is normal. I can give it bold also. I'll make it bold. So see, it has become a bit bolder. So this is how we can increase the font size. And so there are a lot of other things are also there. So I have just increased these two things. And there is one more thing is there. So font size 20 pixel are done. Then there is something known as line height. Line height is also there. But I can give it in pixels. So pixel are the unit of measurement. But there are two other units of measurement which I'm going to teach next. So that's why I'm doing this. 1.6 EM. EM is just known as M, and PX is known as pixel. So EM, what is this line height? Line height is the height between these two. Between these two lines, the height is known as line height. These two is known as the line height. This two is known as, whatever the space is there, that is line height. That also we can control by line height. But that is not the main thing. The main thing is that I just gave two different unit of measurement. One is PX and one is EM. So we can use in the font size, I can also use the EM. It is not like that here I'm using a pixel and all, so I can use it anywhere. So PX and EM are there. PX and EM are there. What are they? Actually, there are three units of measurement. One is PX, one is EM, and one is REM. So PX is the oldest one of them, and PX means the pixel. So what is the pixel? So pixel is the single dot in a computer screen. Means it is actually, pixel means that only. So all of us must have seen that thing when we go to some buy some TV or some monitor. So this the salesman will say the pixel is more. This is HD, this is USD, True HD, and all. The pixel is more. The pixel is more. What is the pixel? Actually, in the earlier monitors, if you see, the pixel is so less that you can see that dot also if you go quickly. But in my also HD monitor, if I go even close also, I cannot see that dot. I cannot see that dot. So all the computer screen is being created by that dot only. Per square, per centimeter, the more number of dots are there, the more better the TV is, or the more better the monitor is. It is like that. It works like that. So that is known as a pixel. But this pixel is a bit different than that the pixel which I have told right now. This pixel, actually, the W3C committee, they have got a special TV which has got a 3000 dpi is there. 3000 dpi means density per inches. So they cannot go and measure it in every TV. So they have that 3000 dpi TV, and they have given the pixel according to that only, that monitor only, 3000 dpi monitor only they have given that pixel. So but in layman term, if I increase the pixel, that it will increase. How can we recognize the font style from document? How can font style from document or an image? Right click it and you can do anything. See, the problem or the benefit with HTML is that nothing is like hidden. Nothing is hidden. Okay, so why it is not hidden? Why it is not hidden? If it is hidden, Google will not recognize it. Google bots will not recognize that website. Okay, Google will not recognize the website. Okay, so if I do a right click and do a inspect, I will get the complete code. Literally, I will get the complete code. I got the complete code. Whatever I coded right now, this is the HTML and this is the CSS I got. You can get it. Just right click it and inspect it. You will get all the code in the world. You will get. Okay, so that is there. All the HTML CSS code, not the JavaScript code you will get. No, JavaScript code is you will get. HTML CSS code you can get for every website. Apple website also you can get. Okay, so that is there. So so yeah, so I was telling that pixel is pixel is in layman term. The more you increase the pixel, it will increase more. I give it 30 pixel, it will be more. So it will more I increase the pixel, it will be more. Then what is EM? What is this? EM is there. EM is another unit of measurement. EM is there. To understand EM, and there is something known as REM also. To understand EM and REM, I have to do one more thing. I have to go here and I have to wrap this all with a div. This all I'm wrapping it with a div. The div will be inside it. I have wrapped it with a div. Okay, S3 and all. Okay, this is very big. So I have wrapped it with a div. So I have wrapped it with a div for a reason, because now what I'm going to do, this div, we are learning unit of measurement now. Okay, so this div I will give a font size of 10 pixel. I'll do font size of 10 pixel. I'll do. Okay, font size of 10 pixel. I'll do. Okay, font size. Yeah, font size. Yeah, Abhishek. Yeah, font size. By font size, we give the font size of anything we can give. So this div, I have given a font size of 10 pixel, and this font size I will give it as 2M. I'll give it as 2M. Only look into this div which is a parent div. Why I have given this div is the parent. So whatever element is wrapping some element, that becomes the parent. So div is the parent of this h1, h3 and p. Body is the parent of a div. Okay, so in HTML term we work like this only. So This div is a parent of h1 h3 in div, and div I made a for 10 pixel, and the font size is of 2 em. So I'll save it. So right now what happened? Right now, see what happened right now means font size was 10 pixel and this is 2em. So this become 20 pixel, 20 px. Actually it become 20 pixel. So whatever the parent font size is there in pixel, which is in pixel, and if I give the font size of the children in 2em, 2em means 20 pixel, 3em means 30 pixel, 4em means 40 pixel. It is like that. So em means that. Em means that. It depends upon the parents. It depends upon the immediate parent. Okay. So there is another thing known as rem. So I'll do rem. RAM. Let's save it. See, rem became even more better. Rem means became even more better. So Mukesh, I'm increasing the font size. You can see I can increase the font size. Okay. I'm already increasing the font size, Mukesh. You're asking it for a second time. I'm already increasing the font size. 2-3 times I've increased it. Okay. Okay. With font size only you can increase the font size. Okay. So I'm increasing the font size with this font size. This thing I'm increasing the font size. Okay. I'm teaching now a different thing. I'm teaching now a unit of measurement. Okay. So this unit of measurement is there. So so when I made it is 2 rem. So what is this 2 rem? So 2 rem is like, it doesn't depend upon the parent. It doesn't depend on the parent. So parent was this div. Parent was div, which I have made it at 10 pixels. It doesn't depend on that. See, all the websites in the world, they have one thing. The web browsers, they have one thing to follow. The general font size of a web browser is 16 pixel. That the WCC had made it quite clear. All the websites have to follow that thing. General font size is 16 pixel. If you don't give anything as that, the body will have a font size of 16 pixel. So this 2 rem means 2 into 16. So that is more. If I was doing this em, it was actually less. Em was less. Okay, but rem is more. That's why rem doesn't depend upon the parent. It depends upon the whole browser. So that is like this. So we can do it like this. Okay, so this is the difference between rem and em. And if you are way too much confused, stick with pixel for most of the time. Pixel is like, it doesn't depend upon anything. Pixel you can just directly do it. Okay, so I'll come to that. Yeah, you can add any link to the photo. I've shown that in the HTML part. You go back and you can see that. You can do a replay and you can see that. Okay. Yeah, percentage also you can use. Percentage is also something which you can use. So that is not a unit of measurement. That is like percentage, but percentage you don't use in font size. Percentage is generally used in width or something like that. Percentage you don't use in font size. Okay, only these 3 units of measurements are there, and there is something new is also there, which I don't want to tell right now. Is there is something like a VH and VP. So PX, EM, and REM. These are the things which are there. Okay, PX, EM, and REM are there, and we all learned it. And let me make it a bit smaller. Now I will use REM only because I will use it as maybe 1.5 REM. Yeah, it is looking good. 1.5 REM is looking good. But those who have seen, there is one error which have come here when I give this div. When my div was wrapping this thing, I give the font size of 10 pixels. See, suddenly my h1 and my h3 have become very small because of that, because it was reflecting the parent thing. So this is a very bad thing. This is a very bad thing which just happened, and it happened because I'm been using like this h1, h3, div, body. So in real project. So how many times you will tell that, Mukesh? I've told that. Now what certificate you are asking? This you're asking about Next.js certificate or this certificate or what? I'm not getting it. Okay, so tell me what certificate you're asking. You're wasting the time of everyone. Means ping me if you have not got certificate. Means anyways, I've told this certificate you'll go get it by night only. Okay, you will get it by night. It takes some time to create that certificate. Okay, you're telling this for the 10th time, Mukesh. Okay, so that is there. And okay, so this div, this div is causing a lot of problem. This div is means it is this div is And you, one thing I want to tell you, should have filled the attendance form if you want a certificate. Even for this thing, you have to fill the attendance form. Okay, don't forget to fill the attendance form, or then nobody should come back to me and I have not filled the attendance form and all those things. Okay, so this div is there. This div is affecting all these things because we're taking the styles like directly body, h1, h3, div, p. You're taking, which is not a good way. In bigger project, we are not even allowed to take it like this, like div, h1, h3, p. What it happens, it gives a general thing. As I've told, in generally our front-end projects, at least 10 people works. So if everyone is going to give a div h1, h3, and CSS is global, even if you make 10 different CSS file and if you give a h1 there, it will be applied to all of the projects, and it generally breaks a lot of big production projects. Okay, I have seen that thing breaking a lot of projects. So we have something known as classes and IDs in your CSS, and that we have to give the HTML to uniquely identify it, and we should avoid using like this. Okay, so we'll do like that. So this first thing is that I'm going to comment this div. So like this, I'm going to comment this. This is how you comment in CSS. So that will go and see the h3, h1 and the h3 are coming from the same size, which is coming. And now we are going to learn about classes and IDs in with HTML and CSS context. So here I'll come here and do a class equal to container, class equal to container is there, and I'll come here, and here after this body dot container I'll do. So see, one more thing is that container is like this class container is there. I have to have a dot in that. Okay, so this is class is a keyword, but you can give any name. It is not like container and all. I can give any name here. So I have to give a dot to access this. So here I was directly using the body h1 h3, but here I have to give a container. So I'll give a background color here. Background color is like light sea green. I'll take. See the background color. Okay, sea green is actually very bad color because I'm not able to see this. Light blue I'll take. Light blue. Save it. So light blue, it will show. The light blue it will show. External CSS is good. I'm not internal CSS. Internal CSS I teach in my long class, means I not teach it because internal CSS, the problem is there. This is a very good question. How many styles you can give? See, if I give all of these things in internal CSS, all of these things in one line, can you give it in one line? The code will be very ugly. The code will be very ugly, and internal CSS generally you should not give. You should always give external CSS. In some of the project managers will not even allow you to use internal CSS. That you have it makes the code very ugly. Most of the time you have more than one CSS properties, it will not look good. Okay, internal CSS. So that is there. So container. So I've given the container background of light blue. So all of the container of light blue is been created. So this is how we do, and dot container will do. So there are classes and there is something known as ID also. So what is the difference? So let us see that difference. So I will make another same thing, and this one will be even smaller, and this one will don't have this thing. And I have taken the container again. So I can use the classes a multiple times. See, same thing I have used multiple time. Same thing I will use multiple time. Okay. So that is about the classes. And one more thing, I will give another nice property here. Someone was asking about the percentage. So I can give a padding. So padding is something you see this closely. So padding I am giving in this container. So I want some space around it. So padding I will take around maybe 2%. Percent also we can give. Okay. Yeah. So see, some padding has been created and it has been joined because the padding was too much. So to have it different, I'll have a BR between it so that there is some gap. So but it is looking much more better with the padding that is there. So as I've told, this container, you can, a class is that you can use 100 of time also a same class. So classes you have to take whenever you give some common styling. There's something known as ID also is there. So suppose I want both of them as P, but I want to this P to have a different kind of a styling. This P to have a different kind of a styling. So I'll have an ID equal to, I'll write second P. I'll write second P. Anything you want to write. Okay. So I'll come here, second P, and I'll have a hash here. IDs start with a hash, and CS classes with a dot. So I will have this second P, and I will actually choose all of these things. I want to override this thing. So I don't want it to be green and all. I want it to be like maybe some kind of a blue, or maybe some kind of a dark yellow. I will have like this. And font family, I don't want some fancy font. I want a normal font. So Arial is there. So I don't want it 2 times. Okay. Then font size, maybe I want it a bit lesser. To this I want it as normal, and this I want it at 4. Save it. See, now it has become normal, and I'm only targeting I can target. And this one more thing is what ID is that we don't in the ID. Okay, in the ID we can take only one time only, not more than that. ID we can take only one time. Okay, so this is about this. Okay, so now what we are going to learn. We're running out of time, so we have to be a bit faster. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so let us style a form. So forms, as I've always told, the form is a very important thing. So let us style a form and make it a very make it a very beautiful form, because we don't have much time. So let us do that. And again, so again we have moved a bit below, so I will move BR, and this is very less CSS I'm telling right now. There are a layout thing is there, then position is there. All those things will be taught next week. So please do come in the next week, Monday to Friday, 8:30 p.m. IST to 9:30 p.m. IST most of the time. Sometimes it can extend beyond 9:30 also. That's why I'm telling. But it will start at 8:30 anyways. So it's like we are going to have a form, and actually we don't need. What we're learning to beautify this form. Okay, so here another div form. So this is again a shortcut. Div and form. We know that form by default, we all know that they will become inline and all this. So we are wrapping a div, which we have done in the HTML class previously. So label is there, and label is like name is like this, and then input type text, and name equal to name is there, and then name is there, and this is email. Input type text, it is email, and the last one will be message, and it will be a text area of name is message, and text area is not self-completing. It will like this. The CSS class timings are okay. Let me write it down. One sec. It is CSS is 1 to try. Okay, CSS. Okay, I will give the timing also in 28. Okay, from it will start from 28 Feb, 1 to Friday, and 8:30 p.m. IST to 9:30 p.m. IST on the same channel. Okay, on the same channel it will be like that. Okay, CSS is like this, and okay, from 28th February it will start. And someone is asking, let me give the other things also. JS or JavaScript is like it is from 7th of March. Okay, 7th of March. And after that, React is, so these three are the most important. React is from 14th of March. These three are most important. After that, next 2 weeks we have some advanced courses are there. I'll tell later on. Since this will be too advanced for this, because we are going to okay. Let me tell also that thing also. Redux is like 21 March like this, and React Native is like 28 March. Like this, complete this month schedule I have given. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, so let us move ahead and beautify this. I'm not even completed this form. So if I save it right now, it will be shown like this, a very ugly form. Let us have an input also after this, and again div form input will be there, and we'll have a input type is submit, and class equal to button, and value equal to submit is there. Save it. All of these things will be there. So again, it's a very ugly form because of HTML. So we are going to fix it. How we are going to beautify this form. So let us do that. And for that, first thing is that this form group is there. Okay, one thing I have not done. So let us have this also have a class equal to my form. Class equal to my form is there, and I'll come here this. So it's a class, so it will be dot my form is there, and then I will have the, if I give padding to anything, so this is very close. If I give padding to anything, it will be around it. So padding of 20 pixel I'll give. Save it. So see, it will be around this and it will come in the nice. So now I want to target this form group. So earlier what happened, this div was there, div is making it in the different line, but we used br. Those who have attended, those who have seen that HTML thing, I was using br here to make a gap there. It is not required. We can directly use something known as padding bottom. So padding comes with like padding 20 pixel, which I have given. It is all way around. You can have individual paddings also. Padding. Okay, so we'll do that, and I'll tell one more thing. My form, it's very important. My form, and then I want to target this form group. So I can have this like multiple things also. My form dot form group. My form dot form group I'm going to have. Dot form group I can have, and this is very important way to give CSS, because what happens, generally projects are very big, which has got 1,000 10,000 lines of code. So if I am giving style for something, so my form dot form group, so there can be a lot of other forms also, so you can give specify it like this, my form dot form group, and I'll do a padding of bottom of 15 px. I'll save it. So see, the gap have come. So now the next thing is that I want this name, email, and messages to be on different line, but they're in same line. Why they're in same line? They are in same line because by default it is an inline element. I can use a br, or I can use a div, and all those tricks I can do, which we were doing in the HTML. So all those tricks we can do. But the thing is that we don't want to do that. We have something in CSS also, much better thing. So see, this all a label are there. I want them to go in a different line. So what I'm going to do, dot my form, and label is there, then display is like block. And it will go to a different line. So I can make the display also change. By default the display is inline, so I make it to a block level element. I made an inline element to a block level element through CSS. So this is something which I can do easily. Okay, so this is something which I've done. Now the next thing which I will going to do to make it beautiful is that, see, there is very less space here. So if I do like Nabendu and this email I will do, so there is no space there. I want some padding to be given here. And the another thing I want it to expand till the end. So that is something which we are going to do. So let us do that. And for that, what I need to do, I need to select this input text area, these things we have to select. So one thing is that I can use a common class there. One method is there, but you can use that method, but I'm going to tell another method. Okay, so there's another way to select that thing. So my form and input, I can do input and type equal to text. I'll do, so it will select the text boxes, and I want to select the text area also. So I can do multiple styles because this is going to have some similar style. My form and text area I'll give, and then I'll do a padding of 8 pixel. I'll save it. See, now the padding has come here, looking very good, and width of 100%. I'll do save it to go till the end. It will go till the end, and it will be my form is already very good. My form is already looking awesome. But the thing is that only one thing which is lagging here is the button. Button is still very ugly. So only that thing is remaining. So let us make the button also very good. So button also, I think I have taken a class of button. So let us do that. Dot button, and first thing which I'm going to do is going to give a padding here. Padding is of 10 pixel and 16 pixel. So what is these two things which I have given? The padding of 10 pixel and 16 pixel. See, padding of 10 pixel, 16 pixel padding, there are some other ways also to give. So padding, as I told, padding is like top, right, bottom, and left. 4 way the padding is there. 10 pixel and 16 pixel means top and down I have given 10 pixel, and left and right I have given 16 pixel. Left and right is 16 pixel. Okay, so this is like that. So see, already the button is looking very good. The next thing which I am going to do is the border is none. Border is none, and so border will go away. Then the next thing is that let us increase the font sizes to maybe 1 rem. I'll do save it, so it will become like this. And there is another property. So there are a lot of properties that the text transform uppercase. I'll do it will be uppercase like this. Okay, this 1 rem is way too much, is 0.9. So it will be like this, text transform. And there is another thing is like border radius is like 5 pixel. See, by default everything has every box have got sharp edges. So I made the edges like this. It is not been shown like this because I'm going to change the color also. So color is it is not looking good. Let's change the color. So I'll make the color as white only. Okay, color as white only I'll do, because there is a reason. If I do white like this, it will not be shown because I'm going to change the background color to very good color. So background color I will do dark magenta maybe. Save it. So now it is looking a very good, beautiful looking button, and these sharp edges are also gone. So this is how you make beautiful button. There are a lot of things in the internet you can make it. And there is one thing more in the button you might have seen this. So if I go to a button, if I hover over it, that it changes to a hand or some hovering effect is also there. So that is something also we can do it easily in CSS, which is through pseudo classes, something like pseudo classes. So button and hover, it's like this, and hover property have to give, and then the background means maybe it will change to dark red, and the cursor will be pointer. So I will save it. So see, nothing will happen right now. But the moment I take my mouse over it, so it is changing to hand because the cursor pointer I have given, the background color is changed to red. So the user knows that okay, I have reached here, I can click it here. Clicking functionality comes with JavaScript. Clicking functionality comes with JavaScript. So we have done this. We don't have much time today to do much of JavaScript, but we are going to do in CSS is not complete without images. So we have to do images because images which we have seen, it was looking really ugly through that. Or so we are going to make some images. Okay, so we are going to learn how to have some good images. Have some good things with images, means images can be fixed very easily here. Okay, so after this I will have a div. So div with I'll have a div with maybe h1 of CSS. We are going to have an image inside it. Okay, so class equal to box, maybe class equal to box, because CSS, so there is nothing like here. So I'll go here, and this box I'm going to choose box, and then I'll give a width of maybe 960 pixel, and height of 500 pixel. And there is another property known as border. If I give this border, I can give 1 px solid black. I'll give this, and I can create a box out of anything. So this nice box, let it be 800 only. Going outside, I don't want it to go out. So this 800 pixel by 500 pixel box are been done. Okay, so how to keep both same line means name and email in same line. Name and email in same line. That's a good question. Name and email in same line, you don't give this div. This div you don't give. Everything is like your inline element. Everything will came in same line. So this div we have given for that only. Div also we have given, and this we have done two things. One is the div we have given, and when we have the label, we have changed it to label. Where is this label? We change to display block. So by default, everything will be in one line. Don't give anything, everything will be in one line. Okay, so by default, everything is a inline element. Label, input, everything is an inline element. Okay, so it is like this. Okay, so we have been seeing the images. For the image, I have created a box. So for this box, I have created for one reason. Okay, so that reason is that I want to put a image inside it. I want to put an image inside it. My main criteria is to put an image inside it. So how to do that? Okay, how to do that? So let us have an image again here. So I will again come here, and I will have a images folder, and images folder again I will go to okay, I want a small image, so I have to go to Unsplash anyways. So I have to go to Unsplash. It is very important to go. Okay, so I want, let me take this one now. I will go here, and I will take a small image, 640 into 799. Okay, let me take this 640 into 799. The image size is small, and our box size is how much? Our box size is 800 by 500. This is smaller than that. Okay, that is very important thing to notice. Okay, so I will do this, and then after this, I have to paste it here because it goes to the download folder anyways. Okay, reveal in Finder I'll do, and this image is, I will drag it here. Someone is asking how I can use it from the computer. I'm using from a computer only. So this Unsplash, let me remove this thing. Unsplash is there, and so this image is there. I want to show it. So there is one way to show it is through the image tag. In HTML, I give the image tag. Okay, and I will give the second attendance form in another 2-3 minutes. Okay, second attendance form will be given. So it is very important to fill both attendance form. Okay, so wait for that. Okay, let me complete it, and then we'll give the second attendance form. It is people filling both attendance form will only get the certificate. So that is there, and now, as I've told, we have to give the image. Where is the image? Okay, so this image is there. So here we don't give the image tag. We don't give the image tag to show the image. So I could have used the image tag. There is something, another kind of tag also is there, which is known as background image. That tag. So I'll come here, I'll give a background image, and here we have to give this URL. So URL we have to give, and then inside this I have to give the path. So the path is images and unsplash.jpg. I'll save it. You come here to see one thing. The image is actually getting shown again, means because the image was small. So what is happening? I don't even have to make it big. The image was small. So it is cutting it. Actually, the image is only till here. Again, it is repeating and it is showing this thing. It is repeating and it is showing. It is repeating and it is showing. Yeah. Font Awesome you can use in HTML. Why not? Everything you can use. Font Awesome give those nice icons and all those things. That is not for images. That is for icons. Okay. So that is there. Maybe I have used in some of my. I have a lot of CSS projects. Maybe I have used it in some of it. Okay, so this background image, it is shown like this, which is having a big error because it is repeating itself. We don't want it to repeat, so we have to give another property known as background repeat as no repeat, save it. So now it is not repeating, but our problem is problem has become more, not less, because now this white space has been shown. So now why did we did this? Because we want this image to stretch to completely and not even distorted. When we are doing HTML, we saw that my image was getting distorted because I have taken the width and the height as like anything. But there is a very good property known as background cover. Where is background? No, background. It is not background cover. It is background. See, I also not remember. Don't remember everything every time. Background size is cover. So background size is cover. I have to do. I will save it. See now what happened. This image is like it has been gone completely. Okay, it's like continuous or what is there? The cover. Okay, but it is cutting somewhere. Okay. So maybe it is below also we have to do like this. Okay, background size cover we do, it will actually wrap, it will try to fit it, it will try to fit it completely. Background size cover, when you do it, try to fit it completely, but then also we have to do something. I just saw this thing. Okay, so background size cover you do, it will try to fit it completely in the box, it will try to fit it completely. So this is how this background size cover works, and this is one of very cool features of CSS, because with this only what happens, we can do everything, means fix it anywhere, means our image will not get distorted. So this is like the CSS, and we, as I've told, very less time for JavaScript left, so I'll do a bit of it, don't worry. Copy this and I'll do a second attendance. Second attendance. Fill the second attendance also. So this is like this, second attendance. Fill it. It is required to fill both of the attendance. Now, what I'm thinking. Okay. So we have got very less time. So why not add some functionality to this DOM? So generally JavaScript I don't teach like this. Okay, JavaScript what I teach in JavaScript, when I teach the JavaScript there is JavaScript Basics which I teach, which is actually different from the JavaScript DOM. But when you're going to use in a DOM, DOM means when you're going to use in a website, you have to use a different kind of JavaScript that is generally teach during the second or the third class. First I teach the basics, then this DOM. But we don't have time to learn the DOM. Anyway, JavaScript will be the second week of the month. Okay, so let me teach a bit of DOM only. So let us add some functionality here in this form. We'll add some functionality. So how to add JavaScript to this project? So to add JavaScript to this project, what do we need to do? Here I have to create another file known as main.js. So the file name can be anything. I'm giving it main.js. Okay, main.js I'm giving it, and then you have to add it. And one more thing is important in JavaScript. CSS always goes into the head tag, but JavaScript always comes before the body. There is a reason behind that. Okay, the reason is that, quickly let me tell the reason. The reason is that JavaScript is blocking. See, if you have a lot of JavaScript code and we have given it in your site, and we can put the script tag in the head tag only, it will block the site until the JavaScript is loaded. And JavaScript is one of the main thing of JavaScript to add interactivity. So add interactivity, like, so I want to submit this button, I want to put something here. So this interactivity comes with JavaScript. So if the site is not even loaded, then what will do with interactivity? Images also takes a lot of time. We have seen that today. So first let the site be loaded, then we'll add the JavaScript. So that's why we add just before the body. So now we are going to add, means we're going to take the user input and we are going to show it below. So how to do that? Okay. So for that we have to add a bit of IDs, means all those things we need to add here. So classes or IDs, any things we can add. And form is also, I will make ID also. Generally JavaScript we give it through ID also. Okay, so ID I will take and I will make it as my form, and then maybe ID. So ID is very important when we do JavaScript. I can do it through classes or something. like this also, but most of the time we will do to id name and id email, id message is there, and then what, then okay, this is more than enough. And then we will have ul also. See, this is a bit, I know this is a bit advanced stuff, but it is okay. Okay, let's learn some advanced stuffs also. After this I will have this, after this form I will have a ul of empty ul is there, id equal to users. I'll have this empty ul. So all this, some ids and all I have added here, so let us use those things. Okay, ids and all. So for that we have to first select all these things. Okay, so let us quickly select them and we'll make this function work. Okay, so we have to select all these things. Okay, so let me make it a bit smaller. Okay, so const, so this is how JavaScript works. Const my form equal to document dot query selector, and I'll do a hash my form. So JavaScript is pure programming language. Sometimes people find it a bit difficult because it is not like, it is not easier like HTML and CSS. Okay, name input const email input and const what was this, another thing, this is sg input equal to, not like this, it is, I am giving it the name of message, id of message is there, and I will have one more thing here. Okay, that is const user list equal to documented query selector users, because I have a empty ul of users is there, empty ul of users is there. So I will say this. Now what happens in JavaScript? So JavaScript, what happens, I will continuously listen for something. I have continuously listen for something. So first thing is that I have selected all of these things. So now I can get the user input, whatever the user inputs, I will get that thing. But now I have to continuously listen for something, and I will listen for the submit handler. Submit handler means the moment the user submits this button. And how to do that? Because it is inside a div of type submit. I can do this like my form dot add event listener, something known as add event listener is there, and then we'll have submit and on submit. So it will wait for the submit event to happen, and then I'll have a function. So the function is something which again I'm going to tell in detail here. Function, it's a kind of a programming thing. I know for most of the people it might go over the head right now. So on submit is there, and then e.prevent default we have to do. So I have to e.prevent default I have to do. Okay, so because I have told one thing, when I'm going to submit this thing, by default it refreshes the browser. I don't want that behavior to be done. So e.prevent default I have done, and now I can actually directly get the user input. Okay, user input I can directly get. So const li equal to, and JavaScript is very powerful. I can create HTML element in JavaScript. I'm creating an li because I already have a user ul tag is already there. I'm creating a li. Li is document dot create element, and then after that I will have a li dot append child document dot create node input value. Input value is there, and what else I'll do? Yeah. Okay, so this will be email input and message input. All these things I'm going to show. And then I'm going to do the user list dot append li, and then I'm going to empty these things also. Okay, So this is like this. Now all of these things, if everything is working fine, then we'll see something nice. Okay, so this should work. It is waiting for my this. See, it has come. This should work, and it is working. And it also deleted everything. So this is how it is, like how powerful it is. Okay. Okay, so this is like how powerful it is. Okay. So we have done a bit of JavaScript also, although it is very advanced stuff, and this is something which I generally teach in the second or third, mostly in the third class I teach. This is something known as DOM, but this is a practical JavaScript which I teach. First, anyways, you have to learn the theory, and this is something like practical, how we get the user input. So user input, you get it through value. You get it through value. This is how we work. Hope you like, and we have come to an end of this, and hope you have like this thing, man. And do follow me. So if you want to be a web developer, see, I run this 1 month long program. Means as I've given you the complete syllabus, also 1 month long program I run for people like you. Also a lot of people have become web developer by following me. So you also follow me, and you, means if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, just so that you can get those things. So this, and you're at the right place at the right time. That is one of my, this batch is the right place, because from the next week only, my CSS class is going to attend. You can attend it live. CSS class, JavaScript class, React.js class, do some projects, get a developer job. Just like that mechanical engineer who was following me, he got a job. He did only these 3 things, and he coded for more than two hours every day, and he got a job in a very cool startup. He was telling me he's over the moon, because he was a mechanical engineer working 16 hours like a laborer. Those who don't know, mechanical engineer work like that only. So he got a very cool job, and he's very happy. I am very happy. My student has got a job. A lot of students got a job from YouTube. So that is there, and hope you all liked it. Please do subscribe and like this video, and hope you have filled both the attendance form, and you will get the certificate. I'll try to give back tonight only on the mail which you have given. And with this, I'll end today's stream. Thank you all. Bye.